This edition of the Wrestle-Cast is dedicated to the memory of my Aunt Sam and Don West. This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
We're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. Let's just freaking wrestle.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, I heard you missed us. We're back. Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the Podomatic, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else we find us. Find out recording it live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel, where we talk about professional wrestling, both the mainstream and the independent scene. You've waited 3 weeks for us to come back, and for those 3 weeks, a whole lot of shit happened. But I let the three of us enjoy our extended monthly break, because, God damn it, we've been through enough already. But for your patience, the three of us, Matty J, TWK, and Shintigercurl, welcome you to the best and worst of 2022 New Year's Eve Live, bitches! I am the aforementioned Matty J, that is TWK.
Hello everyone, I hope you're ready to ring in the new year with some nerdy wrestling talk.
And of course, Shintigercurl.
It's the end of the year in pro wrestling. It's the end of the year in pro wrestling. It's the end of the year in pro wrestling. And what the fuck? Just had to do it.
Hey, it is the end of the world for some people. And personally, I do feel fine. So there's that. Man, I missed you guys. I thought we were going to do, I did, there was one opportunity that I had to walk away from doing the Rift Zone. And of course, the other two opportunities that we had, one clip showed to TW, you were working on your end of the year video.
There's actually going to be a video I debut tomorrow on HeroClub.com.
Very nice.
Nice.
It's a review of Portal 2.
Oh, good call.
Ooh, nice.
It is a fun game, folks. It's a fun game. Don't let the quote critics tell you. And T-Dub's not a critic. He's T-Dub. He's different.
Actually, I have yet to come across everyone who dislikes Portal 2.
It's very weird. There's people, I've run into people who hate it, and I'm like, why? It's Portal, but with voice acting and J. Jonah Jameson being crazy. Or crazier. Well, the voice of. Long story short, it's good.
Yeah.
Cave Johnson. That's all I got to say there. All right. Now, it's the end of the year. It is our end of the year special. We are live on Twitch, as mentioned. So if you are on the VOD version, it's going to feel a little weird. And of course, on the MP3 version, hey, welcome to Spotify, everybody. But there are a few things that we're trying out this evening. And part of the reason why this was a kind of a false start for those who are live on Twitch, of course, in the VOD version, nothing's happening. You're just listening to the show as always. I plugged in this little ditty over here, and that's not a Twitter feed. That's live feed. That's a live camera. Hi, everybody. It's Matty Cam. I'll be drinking some sparkling wine a little later, and I want to turn on the video to see that there's a little bit of a story behind it. It's a nothing story, but there we go. So yeah, Matty Cam is on for you folks this evening. It's a special occasion. I figured we'd keep it as special as possible.
Matty, is that a half red, half blue Ranger helmet behind you?
That is actually turn it back on. That is a Lightning Collection Red Ranger helmet, modified by a good buddy of mine, Zeltrax Millennium. You might have heard of the guy. Made to be a Battle Grid mode version of Ryan Steele's suit from VR Troopers.
Oh, I thought it looked familiar. Yeah, that is VR Troopers. Nice.
Yeah, Zeltrax definitely good with his modifications when it comes to different accessories for Tokusatsu.
He is very good, folks. If you ever need to see it, if you have a Lightning Collection thing that doesn't look good or accurate, he's your man. He is your man. And I do have a Battle Grid mode cosplay coming up, because if I'm going to do VR Troopers, I will do something that's actually doable. I have the pattern that was made by Cyan Man Designs on Instagram. I just need to get that printed out, and hopefully that will work out. Let me turn off the cam there. By the way, B Commander as well, if you're wondering. And whole kind of stuff here. And the shirt. Come on. You know I got to rock the shirt for the evening. Gotta be fancy. I'll turn that off. Gotta be fancy. All right, now before we get to the list themselves, as I mentioned before, wrestling couldn't wait 3 weeks to get to have shit hit the fan. And Slick Rick, I definitely will. So we're gonna go very quick. Obviously, Wrestle Kingdom's happening this Sunday, so this Wednesday. And I have to be at work at the office, so fuck you, life. You actually have to work it tomorrow.
Huh? You actually have to be at work tomorrow?
No, the Wednesday is an office day.
Yeah.
And New Japan is fucking early when it's live.
Yeah, I got to work on Wednesday as well, so I'll probably be watching that throughout the day.
Same here. Anyway, enough of the moping. Let's get to the thing. Now, before we get to the list, I wanted to get in a way to make sure that we are going over to midnight, because it is the New Year's Eve special. And because so much crazy shit is happening, I thought I'd go over a list of things that happened. It's a very short list. T-Dub doesn't have one prepared, and Shin probably doesn't have it, so I don't have any winners or losers. But the idea of Mercedes KV, or the former Sasha Banks, and yes, Hairball, it's a 3-hour show. It is. I am intending it to be it's the best and worst of 2022. It's the best and worst show. Do you expect anything less? Fucking Hairball. So yeah, she might be debuting at Wrestle Kingdom on Wednesday. That's a thing.
Sweet.
This is it's going to be for it's the idea is Kyrie. She's defending the title. The idea is whoever wins the belt. It's going to be her. It's going to be she's going to pop out and the whole roof will fly off the Tokyo Dome. If it is that, she might be going to AEW as well, and that's going to be a thing.
I would like to see her in Stardom.
I'd love to see her in Stardom. I don't think there's a whole lot of people who wouldn't want to see her in Stardom as well.
She could learn a lot. She could do a lot in Stardom.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Another thing that happened, and this is one of those, I was almost tempted to do like a mini show with you guys talking about Mandy Rose losing the NXT Championship. Booker T losing his mind because one of his students finally made it to the big time and winning a championship at the big time. And then all of a sudden, Mandy Rose is fired because OnlyFans. I know it's not OnlyFans, but it's equivalent.
Yeah, it's called Fansly.
It's called Fansly. And she got fired because she had some provocative pictures. The best way to put it.
She was fired because we couldn't make money.
It's WWE's stupid thing, like a Playgirl or whatever. Yeah, Playgirl.
Give me money, then we'll talk some business.
You know the crazy part about that, though? By the end of today, she will have made more money in a few years of working with the Fed, doing those risque pictures.
Yes, sir. It's one of those cases where getting fired is actually more financially beneficial to her than staying employed.
Like I wrote down, Mandy Rose gets canned, makes bank. And Hairball's like sponsors put pressure. That from what I've heard, Mattel went, hey, she can't do that. That's fucked up. You know, the same company that plugs Barbie, where you could strip and change clothes ad nauseum and leave her naked. You're gonna, want someone shows some side boob, fire her. Really?
The dichotomy of the WWE, they want their women to be as sexy as possible, but not too sexy as possible.
Also, only if they make money off of it.
Yeah.
Next thing on my list is 2 words. Vince McMahon. Man has the balls to think he can actually come back.
He does have the majority.
This man thinks this shit would have blown over if it stayed put. In 2022/2023.
I'm coming back. Nothing you can do to stop me. We'll stop you. I can't believe you beat me.
The only thing that's going to make things difficult is if Vince uses his majority shares to fuck up WWE if they don't let him back.
If there's anyone that's going to point, it's dude. You come back, the stock will crash.
Yep.
Stay put.
As JC points out, when that news came out that Vince was trying to come back, the stock went back down.
That's literally, you're still the majority order. That's still your money you're fucking with.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming back. Dad, no, you're just costing yourself money. Stay retired. I'm
gonna come back. But just saying that just cost you $10 million, doofus. Seriously.
What will I get if I stay home? We'll get you your autograph poster of Gary Stridham back from Ciampa. You drive a hard bargain, but I'll do it.
Yeah. Even better, if you actually stay there and shut the fuck up. Gary Stridham stand-up carton thing.
Andy! That's too impossible not to resist. Okay, you bastard, you've got a deal.
Enigma Extreme. If Vince comes back, stars are going to leak like miraculous Ladybug. Well, I didn't know you were a fan of the Ladybug. There, bud.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Miraculous Ladybug, which is a kid show.
French superhero show.
Yeah, French, and then it's crazy. Oh, he is not. Okay.
But, like, what does the leak mean? Like, I don't get it.
Oh, the entire season got leaked. Well, then again, it aired in one country. That's probably spoilers. Power Rangers
also, because it's French, and I'm a fan of OSW, I have to do this.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. The scripts, everything. Yeah. That's a thing that happened, folks. Anyway.
Yep. Gotta love those scheduling conflicts.
So, anybody still hate Ronda Rousey around here? Yeah. Good news, everyone. She dropped her belt. Bad news, it's Charlotte Flair.
At this point, I'll take Charlotte because at least she's never put on a bad match.
This is going to be a little bit of a spoiler into what our worst list is going to look like, but yeah.
Yeah, that made the list.
Ooh, Oh, did she ever?
Yeah, that is going to definitely make the list because now at this point they're just giving her world titles.
Enigma Extreme. Will Charlotte actually beat her father 17 times? The record?
At this point, at this point, by the end of the year, she will have beaten his record 10 times over.
I don't know about 10 times over, but yeah, that could be a thing. And Cyber Rider, or at least Ronda Rousey has Rage of Legends.
Yeah, because putting Ronda Rousey in a video game has never backfired.
Hi, Mortal Kombat, how are you doing?
Ed Boon is like, yeah, you keep thinking that.
She stands out so much when you're playing that story mode because everyone else is giving it socks, and she's just so wooden.
Like, she sits down in front of a microphone and does Ronda Rousey things. And if she's bored, she sounds bored. She sounds bored in the fucking game. You think I'm kidding? Fucking watch it. Watch the fucking videos of the interactions. Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
Put an interaction between Sub-Zero and Sonya. Putting Steve Bloom up against Ronda Rousey and
10 or 11, take your pick. I got both. I've seen her in both. She's not good.
She was only in 11.
She was only in 11.
She was in 11. Yeah, but I have 11.
She wasn't in 10. The voice actress in 10 was actually good.
Because she's a professional voice actor.
Exactly.
She's someone who does this for a living.
Yeah.
Trained her entire career just for this. And she got replaced by Ronda Rousey. Jesus Christ. All for just some celebrity fucking.
There are celebrities out there who are fucking better actors, better voice actors than Ronda Rousey.
Hell, should have gotten Christopher Judge to play Sonya.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ. Okay, now I'm just imagining Christopher Judge looking at Sub-Zero and going, get your $5 ass out here before I make change.
No, I could see one word out of Ronda Rousey and the whole internet would break. Boy!
No, Johnny Cage. Let us go back and have all the sex. Why do you sound like that, Sonya? What do I sound like? What, sweet lips? Get that fine ass.
Don't change a fucking thing from the script at all. Have him read the exact script.
if they had choose a wrestler to be a voice actor, Zelina Vega was right there.
She's fucking right there.
If
she would have marked out and busted her ass for the couple of months. Anyway. And then there's Wrestle Kingdom 17. We'll go over very quickly. It's you know where it is. It's January 4 on Wednesday. So either skip live and dodge spoilers all morning on the bus to work, or have an office day where I'm trying to not flare flop on the floor. Goddamn decisions. Well, obviously it's two. It's one January 4th, and they're in Yokohama, Japan, in the Yokohama Arena for the 21st. But the one we really are interested in is the January 4th program. This is the Antonio Inoki Memorial Spectacular Fighting Spirit Forever. Word salad. There you go. Card for the January 4th card looks is as follows. They have a couple of pre-show matches. Ryohei Oiwa, and I am butchering that name, and I'm sorry, versus Bolton Oleg in an exhibition.
Sounds like a couple young lions.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like boys.
Nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. And of course, no participants announced, but they have the New Japan Rambo to determine the challenger for the provisional King of Pro Wrestling Championship at New Year Dash. And yes, that is happening this year.
Also, I hear that they're actually going to introduce a belt for King of Pro Wrestling.
About time.
You know what? They have not been batting 1,000, but the New Japan Strong belts look good. We'll see what happens. Main card will start with an Antonio Inoki Memorial 6-man tag match. Yuji Nagata, Satoshi Kojima, and Togi Makabe will face Tatsumi Fujinami, yeah, that guy, Tiger Mask, and our favorite murderous grandfather, Mr. Minoru Suzuki.
Death.
The former Suzuki-gun leader.
Yeah, they broke up. Last show of the year, last show before Wrestle Kingdom, they had one last match. It was emotional. There should have been a standing O, but in Japan, you're not allowed to have a standing O still because of COVID. That's a thing.
There will be noise at the Tokyo Dome, at least.
Oh yeah, they're allowed in cheering fans again, so that's gonna be very fun.
Oh, they're overdue for some cheering.
Oh, if anyone in Japan is listening to this right now, have fun, go nuts, and pack lozenges. You're probably gonna want them. Catch 2-2, that's TJP and Francesco Akira. They are defending the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships against Leo. That's Leo Rush and Yo.
Okay. Should be good.
Speaking of Kairi, she's having her first defense of the IWGP Women's Championship against Tam Nakano.
Yep. In fact, Tam recently lost the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team titles alongside her partner Natsupoi. So she's freed up for a championship to make this, I guess, more believable.
So this is going to be, and of course, this is where the rumored pop-up would happen. Whoever wins, Sasha comes out, Tokyo Dome roof flies off. But this is still a heavy rumor, but it's got smoke to it, folks.
She is. And last I heard, she was in Japan.
Could still be in Japan with the flight shit going on right now. So who knows? Who knows?
Yep.
And this is part of why I wanted to cover this card. FTR defends their IWGP Tag Team Championship versus Bishamon, which is Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. By the way, fuck Dragon Lee.
Why? What'd he do?
Won the tag belt, signed with the Fed, dropped the belts immediately.
Well, yeah, that's the plan.
Oh, he dropped the belts?
Basically,
he signed with NXT.
He literally vacated the championships as soon as they defeated FTR at AAA.
Yeah, that was actually the plan for the last few weeks. That whole thing.
It still is a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, that's why I said fuck him.
But that's just, I'm not going to say
that's the luck to him in NXT. That's a good move. That's a good pickup for the Fed. But still, the way they did it, fucking dirty. Back to the good shit here. Goto and Yoshihashi taking on FTR.
FTR's been losing all their belts these past few weeks, and I don't think
shit's got a bad feeling about it.
Why does it have to be Yoshihashi?
It could be worse. It could be Dookie, and you know that.
By the way, Doki got words of respect from Minoru Suzuki.
He did.
Well, at least that's something from Dookie.
And again, it could be worse. It could be Marina Shafir.
That's true. That's true.
This will not be the last time I'm throwing
I know the
bombs.
perfect ending to this match. Yoshihashi hits his finisher on Dax Harwood and pins him to win the belts.
Set up a singles match between the two of them. I'd be okay with that. It'd be a good match.
I guess.
Like, yeah, the joke is he's a perennial user. That Yoshihashi's a perennial loser, but dude, back in his heyday, I could have a good match. He could go. And him versus Dax should be a good match on paper.
And the thing about this is if Bishamon wins, this will be their second reign with the tag belts.
I'll only accept them winning if they get Pearl Harbor by Taka.
But why would that happen? Suzuki-gun isn't a thing anymore.
No, I don't. I know he's not. Suzuki-gun's not a thing. I just want him to get Pearl Harbor by Taka.
He only did that as a part of Suzuki-gun.
Hey,
still want him to Pearl Harbor him.
Yeah. Hey,
listen,
it's a finish. It is a predicted finish. I'm not going to dunk on that, D-Dub.
Okay, how about this?
Should.
The only people that can really Pearl Harbor him, looking at the faction lineup of New Japan at the moment, is either United Empire or Bullet Club.
Okay, have either of them do that, and then have Taka Pearl Harbor him again.
Jesus Christ.
He likes Taka Michinoku. Okay, let's not, Taka is coming, motherfucker. Let's
All right, moving
there
on.
you go. Next up, Zack Sabre Jr. takes on Ren Narita. The winner will be determined the first ever NJPW World Television Champion. You know that ugly belt we showed a few months ago? This is it. This is like, the winner's going to actually wear that.
In this case, give it to Ren Narita.
I'll buy either or, because Ren Narita could definitely use it. Zack Sabre Jr. holding that championship to give give it instant credibility.
No, I just don't want him wearing that tacky ass piece of shit. He's my boy.
Look,
I'm not gonna give him.
Tacky as it is, and this is New Japan. We're trying to put some credibility on something like that. Extreme. That belt both's ugly.
Here's your belt, ZSJ. This belt looks like fucking shite.
And he'd probably say that. He would probably. He's a heel. He would probably say that.
The belt looks like a literal belt buckle just blown up by 10 times.
Yeah.
It looks like a man ring from the 70s.
It looks like a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. Just like it looks like something Bob from that 70s show would wear.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
You know he would.
Oh, God, he would.
Yep, you just show up
The
at
big belt
Hey,
buckle,
Red.
put New Japan World Television Championship, called it a day.
Just show up at the Foreman's house. Hey, Red, check this out.
None of us have a good Red Foreman imitation here, so we're going to move on.
Oh, I was hoping Shin would.
No, I can't pull it off on the top of my head.
Nah. The other reason why we are interested in this particular card, for a multitude of reasons, of course, and one of the reasons, Carl Anderson, you know that guy, WWE superstar Carl Anderson. Yeah, he's still in that openweight champion. He's probably gonna drop at the Tama Tonga. I mean, one would hope that's the plan. Because it's Carl Anderson versus Tama Tonga, which is an interesting matchup in its own right.
Tama wins because he cheats.
Tama wins clean. Let's keep it simple.
No, he's going to cheat by giving Carl Anderson something to drink before the match.
Oh, no, he's going to give him something sour, isn't he?
Yep. And Carl Anderson might be a beast, but Sour Boy, he's a wimp.
Sour Boy's the worst, man. Get Sour Boy out of here.
Sour Boy
Nobody likes him.
He will get booed out of the Tokyo Dome.
How do you say Sour Boy sucks in Japanese? Anyone know?
Konnichiwa. Gee, Jimmy Whitakers. Oh, look at what we got here. I'm stuck in the middle of the Wrestle Kingdom fighting Tama Tonga for the never open weight title. Oh, Jimmy Dillikers.
And then Gunstone from Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it goes.
This could be a gun stun duel when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one story to tell. And what will be Keiji Muto's final New Japan Pro Wrestling match? He'll team up with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Airboy Shooter, Shota Umino.
Yeah!
Taking on LIJ, Los Ingobernables de Japón. One shot, baby. Tetsuya Naito, Sonata, and Bushi are the opposition.
Bushi's getting pinned.
Yeah, Bushi's getting the pin.
By the way, this will be 3 days after Muto faces Shinsuke Nakamura. So that's
Nakamura was having that match tomorrow.
He's having that on New Year's Day.
Which means around like 3
a
a.m.
couple hours from now, just about, yeah.
Oh, at the press conference for Noah, he was asked if he was going to be at New Japan this Wednesday. And he's like, well, I don't have anything else planned that day.
He's not scheduled. And Triple H is pretty open with shit right now. You never know. You never know.
This guy was very slight. He's like, well, I don't have anything else planned that day, so we'll see. We'll see.
Four-way match, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champ. I hate to cut you off, Shed. I just want to get to... Four-way... Go ahead.
Here's hoping we hear Subconscious in the Tokyo Dome again.
Oh, I think a lot of boners will be popping up if that happens. Fatal 4-way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, so we know it's just going to be crazy. Taiji Ishimori, he's defending against El Desperado, Hiromu Takahashi, and Master Wato.
The way to the Grandmaster, Master Wato.
What the hell? Give it to Master Wato.
I don't see why not.
I have one question. Does he still have blue hair? If not, then no. If yes, then yes.
I think that might be a game time decision, actually.
If he has blue hair, then give it to him because, as everyone knows, I have a weakness for people with blue hair.
Also, screw the rules. He has blue hair.
There you go.
I want to cosplay Sailor Mercury in 2023. That involves blue hair.
Indeed.
There you go.
Now. Right then.
IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, Will Ospreay defends against Kenny Omega. Fuck the belt. Just call it a grudge match at this point.
Match of the year already.
It very well could be, and
This is a hot. If this scores as well as the main event, we're looking at two very high bars to cross over.
I just gotta say, if somehow, someway Kenny Omega wins, that's just gonna absolutely blow the roof off of the building.
Imagine January 11th, they're at the Forum in Los Angeles, right? Kansas pops up. The Elite pose, lights turns on. Kenny Omega poses with the U.S. belt around his waist. Hi, Will.
For the second time in history, AEW will have owned the U.S. title.
First one was John Moxley, by the way. And the main event. Jay White defends the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the World. Ugly belt. Great name for it, though. Taking on Kazuchika Okada, who won the right with the G1.
I will say, though, compared to some of the other belts, it's starting to look a lot better.
You know what? It's starting to grow on me a little.
I think
Not
it's just
gonna
because
lie.
the TV belt just looks so bad. It makes it look so much better in comparison.
I think that was the plan.
You know what?
Let's make a belt so goddamn hideous that the world title will look good by comparison.
And the world title definitely is still better than WWE's belt, which is just put a giant W in the middle.
It's literally a
Anything else?
logo.
Anything else? No, just a giant W. One, just a giant logo. That's all we need.
Rumor has it they're building new championship belts for the Fed. Hopefully, one of them is the undisputed title. Anything could be a far sight better than those guys. It was cool at first. Now we're just like, yeah, this is getting old.
Yeah.
Also, just the fact that they're so out of ideas to get a second world title that they're like, fuck, just make a new one.
Yeah.
You had all summer to think of this. All summer and all fall.
Jam that jam. It's that jam. Fuck that belt. Fuck that. A belt so bad it fucked up Balor versus Rollins.
No, what I'm talking about is like they had all summer and fall to think of a way to get a secondary world title for this year's WrestleMania. And now they just seem to be scrambling at the last minute. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
It's still a billion-dollar corporation. But it is what it is. All right. That being done, hey, that killed about half an hour. That killed about half an hour, boys. Good job.
Yep. And I'm almost certain that Okada's winning the main event.
Yeah, I mean that's like you said, the crowd home happy, and Jay White did have a good run last year with it, so no harm, no foul here. I don't think.
Yeah.
JC, since we don't have a time to do a normal losers section, I shall simply take time to point and laugh at Andrew Tate real quick. You go ahead. We did that in our usual pre-show thing that we do before we go live.
All right, everyone. This is part where we tilt our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready! There we go.
One more before we go. Somewhere in Europe, Greta is going, Keikakudori.
And somewhere in Japan, Son Goku is going, all according to cake.
I'm just going. If you know the story about how he got arrested and all that shit, if you just know of Andrew Tate in general, he's a fucking prick. But the way the story of how he got arrested and all that stuff, I just got one bun for this dumb motherfucker.
And JC says, the one time you should have gotten Domino's.
Do they have Domino's in Romania?
I don't know, but don't order from a local pizza chain that's exclusive to there.
Yeah, don't order from a local chain and put your ass on TV, on the internet to shit talk someone else.
So that way the federal authorities are like, wait a minute, I recognize that box. That's from just down the street. Motherfucker.
Just curb button. I'm not, again, we got to move on.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, as previously mentioned, we are now on to the worst and the best of 2022. I almost said 2014 for some reason. As always, these lists are compiled of what the three of us have watched all year. There's stuff that's going to be missed out. There's some New Japan matches that got missed out. I did not watch the FTR versus United Kingdom match, the Aussie Open match. It is on my watch list, though, and I'm pretty sure it would make Match of the Year candidacy if it could. So that's the big disclaimer. We're doing the worst first, and then it'll be the way we do the losers. So Shin, T-Dub, and myself, and we're gonna take and between those two matches, two lists, we're gonna take a quick break. I will explain everything. There will be ads played to give us some time and to give me time to actually get the bottle of sparkling wine, so I can drink it when we get to midnight or as close as possible, of course. And that's about it. So this is what we think were the best and worst. This is our list, not your list. But if you want to participate, you are in the chat. Feel free to throw in some words in there, some names. We'll read them if we can when we have time. We have plenty of time. We got to go till midnight anyway. And I got some Powerade, so my throat will not fuck up this time.
I got some half and half.
Palmer?
Palmer.
All right. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin, and we begin with our worst. And yes, we begin with Marina Shafir.
Albany.
That's where we are.
My name is Marina Shafir, daughter of...
Oh, shut the fuck up, you... Sorry. Sorry, reflex.
Y'all really thought I was going to do that to you. Folks, Google Dark September 2022, Marina Shafir. She's wearing a hat. Oh, you know what? We may as well start with worst promo. We may as well start with worst promo of the year.
What?
Go ahead. Go.
Okay, as much as I would love to have given Miss Shafir this one, I'm going to give the worst promo to someone who just did not understand how he sat with a crowd. I mean, a promo so bad, it didn't elicit boos, it elicit silence. Yep, giving worst promo to Bobby Fish on Impact.
That's the same one I got as well, because really, where's the lie?
There is no lie there. There is no lie. And
Not
believe
even.
me, I had Bobby Fish for a while, and then a lot of lists were pointing towards Marina Shafir as worst. I listened to that whole thing, and I'm like, Bobby Fish could cut a promo. Marina Shafir cannot.
At
But
least
did her promo at least elicit a response from the crowd?
Bobby's was so bad, not even crickets responded.
Oh, fuck.
All I heard was someone in the crowd going,
CM Punk.
It was I have never heard somebody get a dead silent response from a crowd ever. Even Marina Shafir, she had a reaction to that crappy ass promo, but at least it was a reaction. Beyond dead silence, that is staggeringly bad.
And everyone in the ring and outside, just all the wrestlers involved just looked awkward. They're like, "What do we do here? We've never encountered this before. Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" And not only that, but this promo killed Bobby Fish's run in Impact.
It fucking did.
Yeah, he was dead.
It was dead on arrival. I just went with Marine Shafir for the chuckles. Like, it's so bad, it's hilarious. But yeah, you guys are absolutely right in your decision. I did not watch that Impact. I'm kind of glad I did not. But it is what it is.
Congratulations, Marina. You officially You are officially better than someone in wrestling.
Hey! Golf clap, everybody. That's something. Celebrate. You're not going to get too many of those wins. I'm going to go right down to most overrated next here at the bottom of the page there.
Most overrated. It was hard to find, but I just went with an old mainstay, and I'm gonna say Omos. Like, I've been hearing people talk him up all over the years, including I think the Undertaker even called him the next Andre the Giant. I'm like, Andre, when he could move, he could fucking move. Like, it was look at some old videos of Andre fighting, of Andre wrestling when his back wasn't killing him and his body wasn't turning against him. The fucker could move for a guy over 7 feet tall. Omos is no Andre.
Andre used to be able to chain wrestle with the best of them.
Andre used to do drop kicks.
Andre was trained to be a professional wrestler. He would just happen to be a fucking tall dude. And in that same vein, Satnam Singh is a better comparison because guy looks good in a suit. Guy could actually move for what the limited amount of things that we've seen out of Satnam. He can move.
But the thing is, Satnam's not overexposed. They know that he's limited in the ring. They just keep him as Lethal's heavy, and that's a perfect role for him. And especially with that catch he did with
Darby Allin,
with Darby Allin at Full Gear, he is a capable hand. I cannot say the same for Omos. He is
overexposed, over wrestled. They're doing the big dude winning streak thing, and it's just not fucking working.
No,
Heat up.
For me, most overrated goes to Ronda. She was given super long title runs, and looking at the star ratings, looks like it was not an earned one.
Oh, dude, we got Ronda Rousey, and she's most overrated for me as well. This is simply everything was done to make it look good, and she just didn't show up. Period.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we. Shin, pick one.
I don't think I'll go worst promotion.
Fair enough.
And this one's a tie.
Oh.
Yeah, because both of these promotions, one is dead and one made two stupid decisions that will really cost them in the long run. That being Control Your Narrative and the NWA.
Oh.
Control Your Narrative was just trying to be too artsy. Like, they literally did a dark match. I mean, I'm talking about one that wasn't televised. It was a match that took place in near total darkness. And the only way you could see it was from the fans pulling out their cell phones, lighting shit up. It had no rules, no authority figure, no titles. It made no sense. And everyone, and especially EC3 and Braun Strowman pretending like it was going to be the next big thing. Yeah, it was the next big thing and shit. As for NWA, their first mistake was pissing off Mickie James by saying they couldn't do another Empower show, which was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they, by extension, pissed off her husband, who was the best thing going for your entire fucking company. And then they put the world title around Tyrus's waist when Matt Cardona was right fucking there. What? Billy, why? Why, Billy? You screwed yourself. God.
Whoever wins that belt from Tyrus better give it a good cleaning.
Yeah. D-Dub.
I'm going with NWA just for every dumb mistake they made this year. Jeez Louise.
Top independent heel in wrestling, Matt Cardona. Yeah, he has to go down with an injury. That sucks. Could have put the belt back on him.
There were so many better people on the roster that could have gone with for world champion. Also, Tyrus is already the television champion.
And doing okay with it, actually. I remember he was having a good run with that television championship.
You know what? Considering Cardona's character, they could have still put the belt on him even if he was injured, and just have him defend the belt while he was injured in gimme matches.
Yeah, here we go. I'm going to have the toughest match of my life against this random guy I found down the street.
Sal Ronaldo.
There you go.
I'm going to have the greatest hardcore match you've ever seen. It's going to be me versus this kitty. Just have him do that. That would have put so much, raising his stock so much, and it would have gotten so many eyes on the NWA, but you put it around the waist of a guy who can barely work.
Guy gets gassed in 5 minutes.
Who was the other guy? I'm trying to figure the other guy now.
Trevor Murdoch?
Trevor Murdoch.
That's who he drew for the belt. He was the world champion, and from what
Trevor
I've heard, was doing
Murdoch
decent enough.
Deserved a world title run. He did not deserve to lose it to a fucking jobber like Tyrus.
The best thing Tyrus ever did was introduce the world to the Funky Dactyls.
That's it. Which is not, there's nothing wrong there, I'm just saying. Sweep for an NWA. Because, God damn it. Get the brooms.
Get the broom.
Control your narrative for what the fuck was that? Seriously, that's all I need to say there. And I have to put WWE in there because it was still being run to the ground by Vince McMahon. However, I will say this. I doubt very highly by this time next year that it'll be on the worst list. The way things are going right now, they are on the upswing. But there's too much bad shit, and Vince still thinks he's gonna, run it. I'm like, yeah, sure. Tina, pick one.
Let's go with worst pay-per-view.
Ooh, good call. Shin.
Took me a while, but after some research and a little bit of finagling, I picked one that happened earlier last year, simply because they cocked up their two biggest matches with two wins that didn't really deserve it, the Royal Rumble.
That's Jesus Christ, stop picking my picks.
But yeah, having both your winners be two part-timers who come in another 30 and just clean house from all of your other favorites, it kind of just soured the whole pay-per-view. I mean, there were some good matches on that pay-per-view from what I saw, but those two matches just bookend were just no. Just no.
D-Dub. I'm assuming Royal Rumble 2022.
Yeah, and it's for the Jesus Christ shit. Get out of my head!
I went with Elimination Chamber 2022 because Brock wins LOL, and that was a Saudi show, so...
Oh, that's why I don't remember it, because those are Saudi.
There you go. JC with another... I want to say hot take, but Ric Flair's last match, the pay-per-view?
Yeah, I could see that, because it's just... Yeah. I heard that the matches not involving Ric Flair were good, but I imagine watching Ric Flair wrestle at his age would just be sad. That could be one of those. Like I compared it to a sample platter of professional wrestling. Anyone that's not with WWE involved, including AEW, and short matches, but crowd seemed to be okay with it, and the main event fucking happened. So
Yeah, and Steamer was right to skip it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember. Did Ric Flair bleed in that main event? Because I remember
he fucking did.
Of course he did.
He bled.
He fucking bled buckets, bud.
Jesus Christ, Rick.
Hey,
You're too old for
did
this.
Ric Flair bleed? I got a better question. Does John Moxley bleed on big matches?
At least Moxley's under 60.
Very true. Very true. Let's see. I'm gonna go with worst babyface.
Took me a while to come up with this, and I had to think back to a babyface that just isn't been getting over as much as he should, and it's a crime that he isn't. And I'm gonna go with Johnny Gargano.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, his main roster run has been a garbage. His return, to be fair.
His return was good, but after that, it just started falling flat, and it's just been a downward slide for Johnny Wrestling.
What?
It saddens me, but it is what it is. What it is. By dint of him just being a face, I have to give it to him.
It just feels like all you have to do with him is just do what you did in NXT, make him just this lovable underdog.
And they couldn't do that.
For me, it's somebody who just couldn't pull off being a face to the point where they had to turn this person heel, and that is Sammy Guevara.
He could, yeah.
They tried.
They tried. It wouldn't work,
good.
so they went with it. What works well, then he is a natural heel.
The thing is, his babyface run started going really well, but after he beat Cody Rhodes, they put him in the feud with Scorpio Sky, and that's where everything just went tits up.
Yeah. Them posing nude with the belt didn't help things either.
No, there's enough people still hate Sammy for what he did for his breakup, which was consensual. Both agreed to say, "Hey, okay, this is not going to work. Let's move on."
Also, his breakup had nothing to do with Ty. His ex even came out and said as much, and said that Ty still talks with Sammy's ex. So I just, the whole thing.
She was. You know what the fucked up thing is? She probably was at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
She
probably was.
It wouldn't surprise me. It just.
You know the sad part about Sammy's face-to-face run? He got Dan Lambert got cheered over him.
Yeah.
Dan Lambert,
who is a natural at his job, by the way. For me, Nikki ASH. They obviously did the right thing by turning her heel, and by the end, turning her back to Nikki Cross, and going all kinds of batshit crazy. So, the Nikki Cross we know and love.
Future ex-wife number 100 has returned to me.
Yes.
Nikki ASH stuff could have worked if they just would have done it better and not made her look like a loser.
Yeah.
They started off well last year with the Money in the Bank win. It was a steady decline.
Because they just made her lose every match after that.
By percentages, she had less wins in her title run than Jinder Mahal did.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. Worst heel, gentlemen.
Okay, worst heel. Time to go back and just beat a dead horse, or in this case, beat a dead fish. In this case, Bobby Fish.
Was he supposed to be a heel? I couldn't tell what he was trying to
do. He was trying to be a heel, and he failed. I mean, as much shit as I give Matt Taven, and I give Matt Taven all the shit, at least he gets a fucking reaction from the crowd.
Part of us shit on Matt Taven because we want to shit on Matt Taven. He's a good wrestler and a good promo. Bobby Fish, the minute he left the minute he left AEW, it's just like
like Alucard said, it did not work.
It did not work.
I think worst heel goes to Joe Gacy. He seems to be doing better now, but at the beginning of the year, for like those first 6 months, oh boy, that was terrible.
Yeah, I heard bad things about Joe Gacy.
Yeah, I had a rough start from what I heard. Yeah, good pick. I went with Old Faithful, Baron Corbin.
I forgot he existed.
And there you go.
I didn't know what he was, so I couldn't put him as a face or a heel.
He's with JBL, which aligns him as a heel. But when it takes JBL to get everybody pissed off, maybe it'd be a good idea to start thinking of, other things before Pat McAfee comes back and calls you bum-ass Corbin again.
Since you mentioned him, you know what we have to do, Matty.
Hmm?
You mentioned JBL.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, hold on. Let me get the air horn ready. There you go. You know what? I always like to do meme o'clock. Hey, Ross Tweddle. This one's for you, buddy. It's John o'clock, mother! Get in there like swimwear, yeah!
I can't believe it!
Stale memes. We got them, ladies and gentlemen. Worst angle or storyline?
Let me check my... I don't have anything. I just couldn't pick something.
It was tough, wasn't it?
For me, it's Joe Gacy versus Braun Breaker.
The story leading up to that, what's the faction's name on NXT?
I can't remember the faction's name, but during the storyline, he basically kidnapped Rick Steiner.
Yeah, he did.
I
completely forgot about that.
I didn't watch enough of it to give a crap about it.
This is NXT 2.0 era, so that should... thank you, the schism.
The best thing NXT 2.0 did was give us new belts.
Yeah.
And they're going to go back to the old belts for the first chance they get.
I actually do like the new designs for the belts,
I like it. The little extra color gives it a little something there.
And no matter what they do to those belts, still better than what they got on Raw and SmackDown.
Very true. Very true indeed. All right. Let's see. We were at worst angle storyline. Shin, you had nothing. T-Dub had something. I had the Judgment Day kicking out Edge.
Yeah, the first 6 months of Judgment Day were just dreadful. Like the first several months when Vince was there, dead in the water.
This was when it was with Edge, there was a purpose. When when they started going after Balor, they go, okay, something might be interesting. And then it became spoopy. And then Edge got kicked out, got Finn Balor, and it's just been dead in the water. And it's one of those situations where Triple H takes over and turns chicken shit into chicken soup. Also, Dominic Mysterio turned it the fuck around for them, too.
Yep.
Yeah, the dynamic he has with Rhea Ripley is amazing.
Don't break him up yet. Good Lord.
My brother-in-law hates it.
Well, that's how you know they're doing their job.
Does he hate good things? Does he hate things that make people happy?
He also thinks that Dominic Mysterio needs to put on more weight.
He's fine as he is, especially for a heel. He's perfect.
Yeah, well, he's old school like that, like really old school. So
does he think that wrestlers always need to be big and muscly?
Let's just put it like this. His favorite podcast to listen to is Jim Cornette.
Oh, God.
That fucking makes sense.
No.
Yeah.
Now that you put it like that, it makes all of the sense in the world.
Keep in mind, up until I actually told him, he thought people legitimately hated Chris Jericho.
No, everyone loves Chris Jericho. And why they sing his song every week?
He doesn't think, he's like, oh, Chris Jericho was sorry, so everybody hates him. Like, no, people love Chris Jericho. He's awesome. Like, I don't know who told you that.
Cyber Rider, we're going to go over the best list when we're done with the worst list, but he did bring up Eli Drake on WWE. He's a great heel. Very true. It just had a rough start with that feud with Bray Wyatt there. But he's on the list. He's on the list.
I heard that the feud's starting to pick up now. They finally got Uncle Howdy in the flesh, and it's obviously Bo Dallas. Obviously.
It's Bo Dallas with a mask, but it's working. Whatever it is working.
Yeah, also, my best friend, his favorite wrestler is Bo Dallas, so when I show him the picture, he's going to freak out.
Yeah, that walk he did to the ring was something else.
Yeah.
he's going to be so happy that Bo is back.
All right, I am. How about worst feud? Some people I'd like that. That JC brought up feud. Like we'll do worst feud.
Okay, I got this one. This is a feud between someone I respect and someone I really, really love, and it just did not work out. It had a good start, it just hasn't been working out. The Miz versus Dexter Lumis.
First month of that was hilarious and fun to watch. It just died a slow, painful fucking death.
Yeah. They had a great start with Dexter just stalking The Miz week in and week out, and then...
Yeah.
And it really sucks because this is they could have Dexter Lumis doing so much better than this.
There it is. That's the thing, folks.
Yeah.
For me, worst feud goes to Sammy versus Sky.
Scorpio Sky, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's
Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky, yeah.
A feud so bad they had to get Frankie Kazarian in there just to add somebody in there the crowd would cheer.
Yeah. For me, Blackpool Combat Club versus the Jericho Appreciation Society. Great matches, admittedly. Went way too fucking long.
Yeah, it was a grind.
It was a grind. Give me all the excuses you want. It does not excuse when the feud is over. The feud is over. It's not magically revived. Double tap that bitch. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, you're moving on from it. But
what you're saying is at Revolution, you want to see Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho.
Dave. Worst wrestling show, gentlemen.
This one is easy, as easy as it would be to point at Raw or SmackDown. This one is going to one that's so blah and has fallen so far that it's just not even required watching for anybody. NXT. It could have been turned around, but even from the start of the year to now, it's just not required watching. Like you said, I knew Joe Gacy and I knew about the feud. I just didn't care enough about it to remember. I don't know who's the champions on that show. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to go out of my way to find out. It's just, say what you will about Raw or SmackDown, at least you watch it to see just how bad it could get. With NXT, you just don't care, and ambivalence is worse than outright hatred.
I can definitely see your point on that, but for me, it goes to Raw because it's still 3 hours, and not even Triple H can fix what's wrong with Raw if he has to work with 3 hours every week.
I was hoping you'd give me more time to find the champions there, but
I can tell you the champions right now off the top of my head. Braun Breaker's the NXT champion.
Yeah.
Wesley's is the North American champion.
Yep.
Roxanne Perez is the women's champion, and New Day are the tag champions.
New Day are tag champs. Katana Chance and Caden Carter are the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions as well. And Roxanne Perez earned her championship at the very least, is all I'm going to say.
Yep, that she did.
And Booker T was happy for her bouncing around, so I can't blame him. I'm not going to blame him for doing that, being a mark for a couple of minutes. Let's see. I'm gonna give one to NXT because once you realize this is Vince and Bruce Pritchard fucking up NXT for reasons, it just died a death. And Raw because it's way too fucking long still. They fucked up on blank.
This was going to be only a 1, but after last night, I had to give it. This was a tie. My original goes to Miro.
Yeah.
He's had only 4 televised matches this year, and they don't have any fucking plans for him. Like, I love AEW. We all love AEW, but seriously, they cocked it up with Miro. You could be having him do so much in the interim. You could be having him feud with any of the big beefy guys. You could have him feud against Joe for the TNT title. Have him feud against Wardlow. Have him feud against Hobbs. Have him feud against the House of the Heathens. Have him feud against Jungle Boy or
he wanted the fucking pagans. They're fucking back. That's a slam dunk match right there.
Here's the thing about that. From what I've heard, they did have plans for Miro. He rejected them
because he doesn't want to lose. I'm like, that's fair. You know what? Part of it's his to blame. It's still a fuck up.
Yeah, it's basically 50-50.
It is, but they fucked up on is Universal.
Well, he could, like I said,
he could fuck up on himself too.
He could have cut a promo against Joe, like, Joe, you have something that belongs to me that you have not earned in blood, sweat, and tears. You call yourself a king, but what is a king to a god? And what is that god to a non-believer?
Or who is that god to the Redeemer?
Thank you. My second cock-up, last 24 hours, it has to be Charlotte getting the women's world title again. Like you said, Ronda's reign was garbage, but then to have her come back after 7 months, 7 months away, most of 2022, she was gone. And then she comes back, and not only does she just comes back and gets a world title shot, but wins it easily. Not only makes Ronda look bad, that makes the entire SmackDown women's division look bad. Because if she can just come up there and win it so easily off Ronda Rousey, and just have a world title at her beck and call, the rest of the women just look like crap. And at this point, like I said before, it just feels like she's not earning these world titles. They're just giving it to her.
I will say in defense of this, Ronda did just have like a 10-15 minute match beforehand.
I believe she wrestled
Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that right? Raquel Gonzalez couldn't get it done, but Charlotte Flair can just come in and get a world title for doing
You had an instant
nothing.
pay-per-view match right there. You decided to put the belt on Charlotte because, well, the legitimate reason of Ronda sucking. So there's a legitimate reason for that, but could have waited till the Rumble on that at least.
And you know Charlotte is not going to put anybody over when she buys that belt.
Nope.
Some shenanigans, some way for her to weasel out of it, to not make her look weak at all, and then she's going to get another world title match for doing nothing at all, and then gets another world title, and then rinse, repeat.
And here's my question: what the fuck are you going to do when you want to do Ronda versus Becky Lynch? Huh?
They're not doing that match.
Not anymore, they ain't. That's for sure.
Nope.
Yeah, according to, I believe it was Dave Meltzer, that match is off the table.
Really?
People in Becky's camp said, yeah, no, that match ain't hot anymore.
Damn.
Totally understandable.
Well, Charlotte Flair fucked it up then. All right, your next cock.
Apparently, it was hot. It was not because Ronda's stock isn't as high as it was back at WrestleMania a few years ago.
Yeah. Anyway, Shen,
Well,
your next cock up.
For me, they fucked up on...
Wait, T-Dub. I think Shen had 3?
No, I had 2.
Oh, okay. Fair. Sorry.
2.
I heard 3 for some reason. Go ahead, T-Dub. Sorry about that.
For me, they fucked up on Money in the Bank. For the past few years, really, outside of Big E, they just really haven't utilized Money in the Bank that well.
Yeah.
Like, first you give it to a guy we know isn't going to cash in on Roman, so they end up cashing it on the U.S. title, and he still loses.
We saw that cash in. Easy Mike and myself, Mike Shell, we watched that happen. I literally arrived in Florida, and that was the main event, the cash in, and we couldn't believe it. Like, we were like, jaws floor.
It was an open challenge, too, so he didn't even need to use it.
He didn't even need to cash it in.
Oh, he looked like such a loser. Jesus Christ.
I am so happy the turnaround he got after. It was instant turnaround now.
And the thing is, they never really used the women's Money in the Bank that well these past several years either, because there's outside of Carmella, whoever wins Money in the Bank for the women's side always cashes it in within the next 30 days.
Yeah.
They never have any patience with it.
They don't have long-term booking involved.
Yeah, you need long-term plans for the women's Money in the Bank to utilize it properly and not just have a really short reign with the world title for the women.
There you go.
Like, Liv Morgan deserved a longer title run. Come on.
She did. But Ronda Rousey fucked it up, so there's another day that ends in Y there. Got 3 on my end. 2 of them are Sasha Banks and Naomi. And the Fed fucked up on that. We all know what the fuck happened. I don't need to explain it to you. And, of course, Miro. Huffy Scratch? Really? So many great matches and all that shit? Guy's ready to go, and all that's keeping him from doing it is he doesn't want to lose too much. You could sell him on some of those losses, TK. Just saying. Worst television announcer.
I really don't have anybody that I think is
I found 2 easily.
I got one when right off the top. The first time I saw that, I was like, boom, got him. And that is none other than the 5-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Booker T.
How could I forget Booker?
Simple, you could forget him. He's on NXT.
How could I Yeah, Booker T. Yeah, I'm doing that, Booker. I'm sorry, you may be my Houston boy, but
he got it the minute he put that headset on the first fucking time.
As a wrestler and a promo cutter, he is amazing, but as a commentator, no.
And Cyber, Byron Saxton's not bad. He's not.
He's not the best, but he's far from the worst. Like, he knows his role and he just stays in his lane, much like most other people on Raw and SmackDown. He knows his role and he sticks to it. Booker T, I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do most of the time.
He's trying to do what Dusty did in WCW. Guess what, Book? It's not fucking working.
And since we mentioned Booker T, you know what we have to do.
I don't have a tea time button.
Tea time. You know, it would be better if he did commentary not as Booker T, but as Black Snow.
There you go.
Thank you.
That'll be entertaining.
And another one, I have to throw in the Kevin Patrick, who we got to be the Raw guy in the new regime there. I don't know where you got this motherfucker, and it's not the accent. It's definitely not the accent. Fucking guy's boring.
I actually forget he's doing commentary most of the time when I watch matches and he's on. Like, I literally forget he's there most of the time.
Because he's on Raw.
Even like watching the pay-per-views, I'm like, oh yeah, there is play-by-play, isn't there?
Then you just validated my pick right there.
Yeah, just his commentary just goes in one ear out the other for me.
Yeah. Worst comeback. Do I smell a sweep here?
It very well could be.
Possibly.
Shed?
Worst comeback. There were a lot of comebacks this year.
Oh yeah.
But only one of them, which resulted in a shitty title reign, which ended in a very shitty way last night, and that is Ronda Rousey. I mean, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Hey,
Ronda
JD,
Rousey.
how you doing? Hey, JD, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Wow,
Ronda Rousey's a good
as well. Because I got Ronda as well, so and JC's got Ronda. And
there's
Matty,
one, there's 2, and look what I have next to comeback. Ronda Rousey, get the brooms.
Ma, get the other broom. Get the other broom. We got a big sweep. Sweep over here. Sweep this up. Sweep it up.
I love doing this show. It's so fun. I'm going to keep that for a little bit later here. I'm going with worst match of the year.
Originally, I had this one with Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir.
Ooh.
2 minutes, 13 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one match that was bad because both of the women in it are a hell of a lot better than they should have been, and it It sucked. Ronda versus Shotzi Blackheart Survivor Series.
Breaks your heart to hear that too, huh?
Not
for Ronda, but for Shotzi.
Shotzi's good, but she's good. She could be good. Ronda can be good. It's just that they had no chemistry. The timing was off. Bocce all over the place. That damn pile driver to the outside, and it just looked like Ronda did not give a fuck anymore. And that's the worst thing you could have for a champion that just does not care about the quality of the match they're putting on. And it should have been better, but for a women's title match, for one of the faces of one of your women's division to put on a match that bad with someone she shouldn't have had a bad match with, that is just crappy all the way around. Just damn.
JC, time to be controversial. Worst match for me: Anarchy in the Arena. Hot take.
That definitely is. I love that match so much.
I love that match.
Yeah, I love it. And Adam Blombier loved it too. But it was as it says on the tin.
I believe that was also like one of Salamancher's best matches of the year on his list.
I'm pretty much sure it's on my top 10 actually.
Yeah, it actually was, because he noted that Moxley was part of that match in his list.
Yeah. JD loved it. Just Alex loved it. I think Sap loved it.
Yeah, like it's just, for me, it was just a fun hardcore match. Music playing in the background.
It's not for everybody. To be fair,
it's not for everybody.
And to be fair, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your worst match there, Tito.
My worst match is a tie between the Royal Rumble matches this year. Just pointless winners that didn't need it.
And both matches, to my recollection, were a little boring, to be fair, as well.
So boring that I'm pretty sure we saw Steve Austin on the stage with a blanket.
Yep.
If you think Stone Cold should take a little nappy nap while the Royal Rumble's going on, give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell yeah.
Now wake me when someone does the best move in professional wrestling, pile driver.
There you go. Shout out to New Legacy Inc. Obviously, I got Shotzi versus Ronda as well. Shotzi's a good wrestler. She did not deserve that match. Name extreme. Beer.
Brenda. What?
What? What?
Deborah.
Worst rookie or first year in a promotion or fed?
Ma, get the big broom. We're going to have a sweep in here.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
I doubt it. I don't know.
Yeah, she tried, but it was just not working out this year for her. I'm going to give it to Marina Shafir.
For me, top dollar.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because of that ugly-ass tope.
That was a bad tope, but I'm not giving him that for that.
It's not only that. It's just the fact that he's just there. He's just there, existing.
And JC, was that Marina's rookie year in AEW?
It's her first year in AEW.
I believe if we...
Mm-hmm.
It technically is, yeah. She debuted at the very tippy top of the summer there. So, yeah, it counts.
She just...
Oh, JC with the pertinent question here. Does Bobby Fish and Impact count for this spot?
Well,
in
parentheses, it says rookie or first year in a Fed.
Because sometimes it's hard to find a rookie. So I always say rookie or first year in the Fed. In a Fed. So, yeah, that technically counts.
You are technically correct.
The best kind of correct. JC, take credit for that. That's a good call.
True.
I guess you could ask, where's the lie?
There is no lie, sir. There is no lie. I had Quincy Elliott on my end. Again, just there with the gimmick of a super diva. A man this size, the way he's acting, he should be more over than he is, and it just turned out to be nothing-ish. Sorry, buddy. You'll do better. You'll do better. You're learning. You're in the right spot to loin. Worst, let's do, Shin, pick one.
Okay, let me see. Faction. Let's go with that.
I was going to say that, but I was like, I don't want to be directing all the time here. Go ahead.
They had potential, but unfortunately, they were missing a very, very important piece of the puzzle, and now they're suffering for it. I'm going to have to give it to Hit Row.
That Jesus Christ again with my pick.
Sorry, but we all know that Swerve is awesome. Swerve is great. He's even better when he has a faction around him to feed off that charisma that he has.
And he's got a rough start with it last week, but he's got one again with Mogul Affiliates.
Yep. And these boys are gonna just drink from his ever flowing well of charisma. Hit Row doesn't have that. It is unfortunately Ashanti Adonis, that chick, and Dollar General just do not have the charisma to actually carry themselves over as a faction. It just does not work for them.
They are an entrance and a hype crew. And there is room in a promotion for that.
They are basically the Acclaimed if you took away everything that makes the Acclaimed awesome.
Yeah. Who do you got, Matty?
Hit Row on my end, so that's a sweep there. But I got two more. The Firm, great start, flat ending. Though Ethan Page getting involved with that match with Bryan Danielson, that could only help Ethan Page. And hell, they got Big Bill Morrissey in there, so their things should improve in 2023.
You put the Firm. So you put the Firm as your worst?
Yeah.
You raggedy bitch.
Nah.
Wait a minute. Did somebody say something about Big Bill Morrissey?
Yeah, we were talking about Big Bill Morrissey.
Yes, sir.
I know Big Bill Morrissey. Goes about 20 feet tall, about 3,000 kilos. Best damn professional wrestler I've ever been in the ring with. And he once ate a member of the Wild Samoans whole, and nobody realized it until 2007.
To Big Bill Morrissey!
Big Bill Morrissey! Thank God for Gatorade. That helps the throat a little bit there. Ignite Extreme. I can't wait till Broken Matt comes back to fight Ethan Page. That should be a fun match. Again, that's in 2023, so things should look up for the Firm, but that's what it is. And I got the Schism. I don't get it. Word salad with spoopy stuff. No.
They're basically the Budget Wyatt family.
Oh,
yeah. Dollarama Wyatt family with a dude with a weird contact lens.
No, better yet, they are the Wish.com Wyatt family.
Oh, let's not go that far. They're still in developmental. The minute they go to the main roster and they still suck like that, now you could call it Wish.com. There are ways to improve it still. Wish, you can't prove that shit. Dollar Store, you can make some good shit with Dollar Store ingredients. It's still going to be shit, but it's going to be good shit. Let's see. We're down to the nitty-gritty here. Let's see. We're in well, let's grip it and rip it. Worst title reign, gentlemen.
Is this going to be a sweep?
Maybe.
I'm feeling it. I don't know.
Mr. Shin?
Sorry, I was just thinking of someone who made me really drowsy.
Well, it's not going to be a sweep then.
I gotta give it to Ronda Rousey. She just doesn't care anymore, and her title reign reflects that.
I was going to give it to CM Punk, but then Ronda's reign ended, which means I could put it on the list. Hooray! There we go.
I don't care if it's still ongoing or not. I'll put it in. I don't have a rule specifically of that. But what's worse than being controversial and being crappy? Doing nothing at all with 2 reigns. No defenses. And the last one ended it so bad that any weaker promotion would have tanked. That's how bad CM Punk's world title reigns were. I'm sorry. I know there will be people who say he doesn't deserve that. Folks, he did it his own damn self.
I will say the reason his title reigns ended is because he couldn't help but keep getting injured.
The first time was a stupid mistake. The second one was in match, and at this point you're just going, yeah, this is if he's allowed to come back, he is no longer a world champion. Period.
He doesn't need to be around any titles at all.
He never needed to be around any title in the first place.
He shouldn't have been given a title.
According to Dax Harwood, if he's to be believed, Punk never wanted it.
I'm not sure about that.
Honestly, I'm not playing the blame on this one other than blaming CM Punk for fucking up his run. That's it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm standing on this. People could play the blame game. No. End of the day, it's his own damn fault. He fucked it up.
He got
hurt.
He had a
good thing, and he fucked it up.
Got hurt both times, all on him.
Whether he wanted it or not is irrelevant to me. Let's see. On the microphone.
Let me check. I was tempted to give this one to old Bobby Fishman and maybe even Marina Shafir, but for someone who is representing her entire division, her mic skills are just so piss poor. That's right. I gotta give it another spot. Goes to none other than the woman who is as bland as a rice cake, Ronda Rousey.
No.
Once again, our minds are in sync. Jesus Christ.
They're not with me because I put Marina Shafir in there. But
at least she's not being presented as a main eventer.
There's that.
At least she doesn't have a belt on her.
There's that as well. But I got to stick with my gimmick and dunking on people who think they ought to be better and should be better, but they are not. Let's see. Worst tag team.
Oh, this one's easy.
Is it Hit Row again? Because that's who I got.
No, it's not Hit Row. It's a tag team that I think either V1 or OC likes, but I just can't. I do not like them. Mansoor and Mansoor, the Maximum Male Models.
Oh God!
I love their YouTube videos. They're amazing.
The YouTube videos are a hoot. I've seen a couple of those that are on the floor laughing.
I can only go by what I saw of them in the ring, and I'm just not impressed. I'll have to check out.
No, that's absolutely fair. No, I'm not going to.
I'm going to make a prediction. Maximum Male Models are going to be the modern day fashion police.
Oh. That's going a bit too far.
No.
They're going to be the Breezango of the modern era.
No.
That's how they're going to go because they have that type of energy.
D-Dub, you have to go old school on that. Rick Martel, the tag team.
There you go.
I'll go with that because I love Rick Martel. Did someone say something about arrogance? The Maximum Male Models. What you need is a little something spicy, something more intense, a little arrogance. That's
there
right.
Go.
There, now we got a gimmick that can get Shinda like Maximum Male Models.
Oh yeah. And Name Extreme, no, Fashion Police was hilarious. No, seriously, watch the YouTube videos. There's a couple of them floating around. Go for it.
Like, it's basically them just improving and just going full ham with it.
Yeah.
And for my worst tag team, though, it's Hit Row.
I'll blame you there.
Hit Row.
They were an entrance. They got a pop, and they couldn't capital. They should have gone back to developmental. They were They were a top attract. They were a crew to a top attraction, all that stuff. I'm going to hot take on this one. Mm-hmm. Sasha and Naomi.
Oh, okay.
And this is entirely not their fault. They were a put together tag team to put belts on, and they fucked. And even they saw through that shit. And when they saw that, okay, all their efforts were going to be for naught, they fucked off, and rightfully so. So I'm putting this in there. Not to dunk on them, but the idea of this tag team needs to goddamn die. The two single stars.
So go ahead.
The two single stars that make a tag team shit, die out of fucking stop.
There have been winners for it, but it just needs to stop.
Yeah.
Yes. And I get to say that the night that they threw down their tag belts, it was in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yipper. A little bit of pride on that one, bud.
Norfolk, the home of history.
Yes, sir.
and you know where they didn't throw down those world titles?
Would it happen to be in a certain state that Kenny Omega enjoys?
Unless you're talking about North Carolina.
We're getting the hits in tonight, folks.
By the way, I'm wearing a Kenny Omega shirt right now.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, now we're down to the nitty-gritty. Worst gimmick.
What up? I couldn't pick one. So I'll have to get in. I couldn't pick one. I was just blanking on it, so I'll probably have to go with one of your guys's.
For mine, it's Omos. Because his whole gimmick is he's tall.
And MVP is he's tall, and MVP is his manager.
That's enough for a gimmick?
For Vince McMahon, it is.
But don't you get it? He's so tall.
Look at all that beef. Beef.
A lot of beef in this ring, pal. Oh, we'll get to him, folks. For me, Judgment Day with Balor, pre-McMahon departure.
Fair enough.
I had to be because they've improved now with Triple H's guiding hand. But the minute they dumped Ed, they traded Edge for Balor, shit went downhill. The good news is they picked up Dominic, and it's been game busters since then. And Dominic's getting to be a natural heel there. He's got his Pappy's mannerisms well. Pappy being Eddie Guerrero, of course. No, that joke will not die, and I'm not going to be responsible for its death either. Fuck, here we go. Rant mode engage on this one. Worst manager or non-wrestling talent? We're down to the last three here.
Two come to mind. And this year, there have been no other worse non-wrestlers than these two dumb sacks of shit. One is Gilberti, a.k.a. Disco Inferno.
Actually, it's Glenn Gilberti.
Do I give a fuck?
No. My name's Billy.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What is your name? My name is Disco. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah. Good old Disco Inferno, a guy that just cannot keep his mouth shut because he just happened to wrestle a couple of shows during a boom period in professional wrestling. I think V Infuso's video ripping him a new one for 15 minutes tells you everything you need to know about Disco Inferno. His takes aren't interesting, and he only says them to stay relevant. And yes, before anyone says, the gumbo I ate tonight was more over than Disco Inferno. I am not letting that joke die. He keeps talking shit.
Yeah.
I will continue to tweet this at him. So Glenn Gilbert, or I'm not even going to call you Gilbert because that reminds me of Gilbert. Gilbert is way more awesome than you. Gilly, keep talking. The only thing people are going to remember you for was taking a chair shot from a far better wrestler.
Also, please don't call him Gilly because Gilly the Kid is more over than Disco Inferno.
Hey!
Okay, we'll call him Gilbert.
That piss I took before the show was more over the disco in front. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's your other guy?
Second one, a guy that I've ranted on almost a lot this year, the one who was on my permanent D-Cell Battery Award list winner, a guy who was trending on Twitter because he thought he won a court case where the WWE no longer had his name. Not that they cared about his name, because nobody gives a shit about him. That's right. It's Ryback. It's always Ryback. Ryback.
We are playing the hits tonight, man.
Ryback. You ignorant slut.
Hey!
Go back to hawking your shitty protein powder, eating potato chips, and pretending like people actually want to see you in the middle of a ring. You say you want to go back to the WWE. That would incline that the WWE has an interest in you. They don't want you. AEW doesn't want you. Impact doesn't want you. MLW doesn't want you. NWA doesn't want you. NOAH doesn't want you. AAA doesn't want you. CMLL doesn't want you. GCW doesn't want you. New Japan doesn't want you. Nobody wants you. You fuck as dumb fool.
Thank you, Hairball. He brought it up. Fuck is dumb. There we go.
You are dumb as fuck. You are as fuck as dumb. And the fact that you have pretty much at this point blocked half of Twitter because you can't take a single ounce of criticism because your ass is...
Oh, no. Nick Extreme. Not even XPW wants you.
Not even...
Your narrative wants you.
Not even the WXO wants you. Not even the Ring of God wants you. Nobody wants you.
Ring of God?
I don't know the name of... I don't know the name of it, but it's that religious promotion that Russo ran for a couple of years.
Oh, I believe that bullshit. Okay.
I believe Brian Zane reviewed them a long time ago.
He did, yeah.
They didn't want Ryback. So Ryback, the big guy. We don't care if you got your name back from the WWE. No one really cares. They probably just let it go because they had to remind themselves, oh, wait a minute, we have some connection to Ryback? Well, let them have it. We don't want nothing to do with that guy. So... Ryback, no. Go away. Sit down. We don't care.
All right, mine is also twofold. First up, Jim Cornette for all his homophobic and racist rants on his podcast.
Can't believe it goes down to that level.
Yeah.
Just for
constantly
clickbait.
Calling Sonny Kiss a transvestite. And of course, every time an Asian wrestler shows up, be it Japanese or whatever, he always refers to them as little schoolgirls who are only on screen for fetishes.
And my brother-in-law watches that shit.
And of course, secondly goes to, of course, the manager / non-wrestling talents that got taken down halfway through the year after all these years of waiting, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
I'm surprised this is not a sweep.
It was too easy for me.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. But, and JC, yeah, we have. And I'll tell any other year, there is a long list of people who would have made a Jim Cornette, Vince Russo. DSP is not involved in wrestling, so for whoever asked that, no, we're not putting him in there because he's not involved in professional wrestling, thank God. Anybody else? Disco Inferno probably would have made it for his cringe hot takes. Any other year, easily slam dunks. The fact that the first half sucked balls. He admittedly had Cody Rhodes, and the Hell in a Cell match was during his era, so he went out on a good note booking-wise. But the sexual allegations, the $19 million worth of things he have cost his company, the sexual assault, the misconduct allegations. He leaves. And a few months later, a couple weeks ago, goes, oh, if I kept going, that shit will have died down eventually. In 2022? I'm sorry, you are a fucking idiot.
On top of that, on the same day that memo came out, it was also announced that another accusation came out.
When the Wall Street Journal is on your ass, That's your cue to get out of here. And the fact that you are not even trying to acknowledge that, and to the point where you are that you are thinking of making a comeback? No. You cannot be that goddamn delusional. And folks, that's what it is. It's delusion. It's delusions of grandeur.
I think Grandpa might be developing dementia over there.
Fuck, if he's not if he's not Alzheimer's already, I'll be pissed. And I do not wish that on anybody. I have my grandmother on my mother's side. She went through it, and we've seen the worst of the worst. That sucks. I wouldn't want to wish that on anyone else. But Vince McMahon needs to get that so we could legally say he's no longer allowed to run shit again. WWE is better in his absence.
And I can also say that my grandmother's looking through something similar where she's constantly forgetting things, including the death of her husband.
See, that's what it was on our end as well. Like when my grandfather died, we were afraid because she had shown cases of or signs of dementia, and we were afraid that the minute the grandpa would passed away would be what happened. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened, unfortunately.
Not fun, people. So
it's not fun.
Take our words seriously when we say these things.
Hug them. And hug them while they could still remember you.
Yep, so take those words seriously, and Vince can fuck off.
Yes.
I can't do that anymore, unfortunately.
Right. Well, love your family members while they're around, everyone.
Absolutely. While you can, give them a hug. Top 2 on the list, male and female. I'm going to start with female, ladies first. Get the feeling there might be a sweep going on here.
I doubt it. Mine is not the hottest take, but it's definitely not one you will see coming.
All right.
Well, coming in a honorable mention, of course, goes to Marina Shafir for obvious reasons we haven't made it clear on this show. Despite having wrestled during the golden age of NXT and received a lot of training since then, she has just not improved at all. But at least she doesn't have a title. At least she's not representing the entire women's division. And at least she's trying, unlike the worst female wrestler of the year for me, Ronda Rousey. She has just not done anything for the division at all. If anything, she's made it worse because of her piss poor matches, her piss poor personality, and it just doesn't seem like she has any kind of respect for professional wrestling, if she ever did at all. I mean, I get the similar impression from Braun Strowman. Like, they do wrestling because it benefits them. If I don't get the sense that either of them respect professional wrestling because of some of the things they've said and how they treat it. And as much as I'm glad to see Ronda lose the belt, shouldn't have been to Charlotte. It should have been someone who could actually use the win. And even then, it's just a mess all the way around. So yeah, Ronda Rousey, worst female for me this entire year.
For me, it goes to someone who hasn't even done anything really this year because for the past 2 years, they've been repackaged 27 times, Lacey Evans.
Oh. And she's going to be repackaged again starting next year.
Just ever since her call-up, she's done nothing but repackaged again and again and again and again.
She is legitimately going to become the woman of 1,000 gimmicks by the end of her career.
If she keeps this up, she might surpass Ed Leslie in the number of gimmicks.
Fuck. Oh,
Jesus.
God. Shout out to OSW on that list, huh? Absolutely.
By this point, just make her the Zodiac.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
No?
Yes.
You want to jump in on that, T-Dub?
No.
Yes.
Yes?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
And
I can see our viewer
C.
base just clicking away because of this. Just
If they're clicking away, they ain't wrestling fans. That's all I gotta say to that. They need to be cultured and watch some of this shit. It's hilarious. For me, I'll keep it simple. Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir. Y'all know why. We've been ad nauseum on that one tonight. Male wrestler, I think I got one that's going to be a little bit out of left field on my end, but let's see what you guys think.
The guy that Billy Corgan decided to put the belt around instead of Matt friggin' Cardona.
Why am I not surprised?
And that goes to Tyrus. It's bad enough that he is now representing one of the oldest wrestling companies in the entire world and holding the 10 pounds of gold. But now he just cannot go anymore. Not that he could go any in the first place. I could have given this to Omos or anybody else, but Omos doesn't have a belt. Tyrus does. And Billy Corgan should be fucking ashamed of himself for doing it.
I mean, it does go to Omos because of all the hype surrounding him. As Shin pointed out, Undertaker in an interview was like, oh man, this guy's the next Andre. And now he's just big, tall, and not even doing that much under the Triple H regime. Because even Triple H looks at him and goes, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this guy?
Yeah, pretty much. I have neither of those gentlemen on there. You know who I got?
Who?
Johnny Knoxville.
Huh? This match was great.
No, it was. But you know what? This is Jackass. You're not supposed to be great. And I give him all the kudos in the world. This is in jest. This is literally, I can't put Omos in there. Everyone's going to fucking put Omos in there. Of course he's shit.
Omos is not even, he's not even intimidating, not like Will Hobbs.
There you
That's
go.
because of Will Hobbs. He has that mean look that just makes you want to just immediately go the opposite direction and hope he doesn't track you down.
You want to know a big way to build up Will Hobbs? Have him ride his bike to Raw one night.
Oh, maybe.
Jesus Christ.
And just have Cole and who was he doing commentary with?
Well, Cole's on SmackDown Raw. It's Kevin Patrick, Byron Saxton,
Corey Graves.
Just have Byron.
No. Corey Graves is on.
He's on SmackDown now because Pat McAfee's doing commentary for sports.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, it's a two-man booth. It's Wade Barrett and Michael Cole, and on Raw it is Graves and Saxton.
And Saxton.
Oh no! Saxton's just doing interviews now. It's Corey and Kevin.
That shows you how long it's been since I've actually watched Raw. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Just have him Raw into Raw, and Byron looks at Corey and goes, "Oh, here comes Will Hobbs." Who?
Will Hobbs.
Hey, what's up, Byron? What you got? Nothing, Hobbs. What about you, Corey? Big roller like you, beautiful wife. What you got? Hey, Triple H, what's up? And Triple H just runs back in the house. Well, fuck you too, old man.
No. Will Hobbs and Triple H have a nod of respect from two badasses because Triple H would fuck people up too.
Here's my thing. Will Hobbs rolls up to the arena, and it's the DX rolling the Jeep up to Nitro. That's exactly the type of moment you can create with that.
Oh, God. And Devin the Great in the chat. Yeah, Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville was pure bollocks, and it was fun. And it was. I'm not knocking that. The only reason I put Johnny Knoxville in there is because he probably won his name up there. Even he knows his shit.
And
any way to bring up that matchup on this list on this show, because it was part of the best stuff of the year, I'll do it.
Better yet, have him knock out LA Knight for his car.
That would make sense.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Hobbs. We can share the car. It's really going to be my mom's, and then he knocks him out. That's my car, Pop. And then Sam Guerrero runs in and goes, You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Okay, Sammy Guevara actually could play a good.
He could. He totally could.
Now I want to see Friday recast with with members from AEW.
Who'd play Ice Cube?
Ooh.
Mox.
And not even as Ice Cube, Mox as Mox.
I'm just imagining Mox eating that giant ass bowl of cereal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have the preacher be played by MJF.
Yes! That's a nice bit of irony.
Oh my God, yes.
Hey, Moxley, do you know what we call marijuana down at the Jewish temple on Long Island? We call that a sinny sin. Well, around here at AEW, we call this here a little twin. N-word.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Even better role for Ice Cube. I'm trying to think. Ricky Starks.
Oh, I could buy that. Ricky Starks is cute as Craig. I could buy that.
And what's that sexy neighbor? What's her name?
I think it's Miss Jenkins.
Miss Jenkins? Red Velvet.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Or better yet, Jade Cargill.
Yes.
That's true.
All right.
Oh, the dad. One more. The dad. They got to bring him back. William Regal as the dad.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
He can be a good Stern figure. Now I'm just thinking of William Regal talking about pig's feet.
And Devin, we're about to get into the best list. And don't worry, I have Logan Paul somewhere in there, believe it or not. So
just the thought of William Regal talking about pig's feet, though.
Moxley, what are you doing? Where's the pig's feet?
Oh, these guys know we got 6 minutes to kill with the clip, guys. We'll be fine. We're gonna make the midnight here.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna make it midnight.
That little goof up, that technical goof up at the beginning of the show was what we needed.
Blessing in disguise, everyone.
Yeah, that's what it was. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna take a small break just to get a chance to catch our breaths and get our list ready for the best of 2022. You should do the same. For you folks on the Twitch, you're going to get some ads from Twitch because I'm going to hit the button on that so we can make a couple of pennies here and there. For those on the VOD and the MP3, you're just going to hear some rando commercials I decided to put together in a 90-minute break. And John Moxley gets a promo in because we need to give some respect to Moxley. And I'll explain why on the list when we begin it. When we return, do not go too far.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Wow, the stinger!
Timmy, I'm from the Dream Come True Fantasy Foundation. You ready to wrestle?
You bet! Mom! Dad, it's really him! Hold on! Now I'm ready.
It looks so real.
Don't count on Sprite to do anything but quench your thirst.
If the Nature Boy Ric Flair worked for Southpaw Regional Wrestling, but he doesn't because they can't afford him, he'd tell you to go to KFC near the high school for the new woo crispy, woo tangy, woo honey mustard barbecue flavor of Georgia Gold chicken. Woo! No, seriously, this is not Ric Flair.
Dave Chappelle here. I'm setting this guy up on a blind date to show that right guard extreme sport works under the most extreme conditions. Ladies! You gotta get a number, dog. See? Extreme protection against odor and wetness. Love hurts. Goes on clear, doesn't quit. You guys are really hitting it off.
Right Guard Extreme Sport. Get extreme. Get Right Guard.
Call us!
Everyone will.
Thank you.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
A little while ago,
Hey, go yourself. Get that guy out of here. Piece of shit.
Well, he ain't changed much.
It was a little while ago. I fell asleep on a plane. We landed. I don't even know what city it was in. And when we hit the ground, I woke up out of a dream. It was a bad dream. And I don't remember everything about it, but I remember I was on the side of the road, and I was on my hands and knees in the dirt. My face is bruised and cut up, and there's a black cloud hanging over me. A demon. Kind of demon that follows you around your whole life. Kind of demon that follows you around for years. These demons come in all shapes and sizes for everybody. And this cloud, he's laughing at me. He says, you, everything that you are, everything you become, everything you have in your life is good. None of that was supposed to happen. None of that belongs to you. Where do you get off thinking you were going to make out with all that? And the cloud, this demon, he asked me, he says, do you really think you were going to make it out? The nerve of you, did you really think you were going to make it out? And I woke up before I had a chance to answer him. Nobody gets through life unscathed. We all carry scars. I have more scars on my body than the average person, but those aren't important. The important ones are the scars we carry on the inside that are harder to see. And sometimes we try and cover up these scars. Sometimes we try to pretend these scars aren't there. But those are the scars that we should be proud of. Those are the scars that tell our story. Those are the scars that give us strength. Those are the scars that make us the people we are. Hell, nobody's perfect, all right? If everybody was perfect, the world would be a very boring place. So nobody, no matter who you are, should be afraid to stand up in front of the whole world and bear it all. Everything that makes you the person that you are, scars and all, and say, hey, this is me. So, that being said, I'm sure there are plenty of people somewhere around the world. I'm sure there are plenty of people who want to write me off. I'm sure there are plenty of people who doubt me. And you know what? It won't be the first time. It won't be the last time. But if you want to write me off now, if you want to doubt me, you go ahead and say whatever you want to say. You go ahead and think whatever you want to think. I'll tell you the same thing I would have told that black demon, that cloud hanging over me in my dream. You can take all that shit and shove it right up your ass. I don't run from demons. I just beat the shit out of them. And for everybody in this building and for everybody all around the world that's had my back, that supported me through thick and thin, thank you. And buckle up and get ready, because we're going on a ride, baby, in the year of 2022. I am going on a pilgrimage. I'm going to grab the world of professional wrestling by the balls and do whatever the hell I want, because now, more than ever, more than anybody in this business, I am truly free. I'll tell you this, I've been to hell. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is very, very liberating. There is no hell that can be put upon me in this ring that I haven't been through, and worse. So if there's anybody in AEW, anybody all around the world that thinks they can put me through more hell than I've already been through, know this. I'm thirsty. You thought I was dangerous before. Shit. These days, all I drink is blood!
And we're back. RVT Entertainment Production, Wrestle-Cast, best and worst of 2022. Matty, T-Dub, Shintigercurl. It's been a while since we had a commercial break situation. was nice.
And it was. By the way, if you hear anything in the background, those are the neighbors launching their fireworks at the moment.
Ah.
Ditto.
Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on there, but it says minute 13 preparing 1 minute ad? So there might be a break. So to those who are not subscribed, I'm sorry. I was clicking the thing and we were ready to go. But anyway. So if we go to break for a minute, it's only a 1 minute break. You'll be back with us, and you can listen to the VOD for that stuff. So I do apologize. Twitch is being Twitch again. Who am I kidding?
They want all their money. They want all the money, all of it.
Very straight. Pre-roll. Oh no, it's preparing. No, it's done. No, never mind. It rolled. It did roll. Okay, never mind. This is me not knowing technology, everybody. This is the day that ends in Y. But yeah, Moxley with the promo, which happened in January of this year. This is not promo of the year, believe it or not. There were better promos, crazily enough. However, it is good context for a first one, and I'm going to pick it Comeback of the Year.
Actually, this is a three-way tie.
I have a three-way as well.
Yeah, because it's a hard one to do. But yeah, first comeback of the year, Cody returns to the WWE. My God, that was a glorious comeback.
Ooh, and he's prepping for another one next year, crazily enough.
Yeah, I was worried that no one would give two shits about Cody, but they gave Cody all the respect they deserve. They even let him keep his theme song. The theme song
they literally bought the package.
Yeah.
Left it as close to unmodified as possible.
Like before, they didn't give two shits about Cody. He went on the indies, he made himself a star, helped make one of the biggest wrestling companies in the world.
Thank you, Hairball. Now it's a four-way tie. Keep going, sorry.
And and as someone who has firmly been a stand for Cody Rhodes, it swelled my heart to bursting to see him come back like that. And hopefully he'll have even a bigger return next year, which is in about 2 hours from now, for me. Second return, Hairball already mentioned it. He was already on my list. Katsuyori Shibata. Like his match against OC felt like a proper return. Not the match he had. The match he had at Wrestle Kingdom was good for something that wasn't supposed to be a match, but more of an exhibition match. This felt like a legitimate return for Shibata, and anybody who knows Katsuyori Shibata and what that son of a bitch went through, it was great seeing him in the ring against Orange Cassidy of all people, and they had a banger of a match.
Indeed, he did.
And if you don't have Orange Cassidy as one of the top 10 wrestlers of the in the world right now, then your name must be Jim Cornette. Because that'd be
the only one who would fucking hate it, actually.
Yep. The last one should come as no surprise to anyone. Saraya. She was told like Daniel Bryan, like Adam Copeland, she was told she would never wrestle again. She retired too soon. But she came back. She is back. She is in AEW, and she's already in a feud with the face of the company. And they're gonna have a tag match next year. And here's hope. And it already in the women's division already feels a bit more refreshed with Saraya just being there. So, but yeah, those are my top 3 returns of the year. And welcome back, all 3 of you.
D-Dub.
For me, it's the return of a faction that, for the longest time, felt incomplete due to its leader being injured, and that is the return of the Elite. The Elite.
Bit of a trip up thanks to the all-out brawl out, but no, yeah, they're having a hell of a series with Death Triangle that's going to end next year. So no complaints there. 3 turned into 4 because Hairball brought up Shibata, and yeah, he did come back this year, and there's no match announced for Shibata in Wrestle Kingdom, which is kind of a shame, but I get the feeling it's either going to be brought up on Wednesday, or they're going to do like a Wrestle Kingdom in Sapporo, like the Yokohama.
He's already wrestled this week.
Fair.
So I think he's going to be back full time.
Oh yeah, it's the workup. But the three I got, Saraya, same situation as Edge, as you brought up. The fact that she had a pretty like people are saying, well, it was a disappointing match, but I'm like, it's their first match in 5 years. I'll take decent any day of the week. Cody Rhodes to the Fed with Cody Rhodes' gimmick as the American Nightmare, very much untouched in the at the tail end of the Vince McMahon era. He must have wanted you back for a lot of money there, Code, and hopefully he's the one who defeats Roman Reigns. He should be the one who defeats Roman Reigns. Just saying. And let's see, and of course Shibata and Jon Moxley, the promo right there. That promo was this year. He left to take care of some personal demons. He went to rehab for his alcohol addiction, kicked it, came back, had one of the greatest years a wrestler could have. That's a comeback, folks. That's just a straight up comeback. Most underrated.
Matty, you're going to like this one. I'm going to give it to somebody that has been flying under the radar all year and just like this week had an absolute killer match with the American Dragon. And I'm going to give it to the firm's all-ego Ethan Page. People are just sleeping on him, but the guy is an excellent wrestler. He knows his ring psychology. He knows what to do to get the crowd to hate him. He is great on the mic. He has great charisma, and he can hang with the best of them. Like, sure, he had some slip-ups this year with American Top Team and all this other crap, but people need to stop sleeping on Ethan Page. I say he's going to blow up in 2023.
For me, it's somebody who I wish was used more in AEW, and that is none other than the Big Apple Girl, Mei Suruga.
Good call. Good call on both. I have a three-way tie. Ethan Page, as Shin brought up, underutilized promo artist, and he's got the YouTube game going with the toy hunts. All you need is a belt on him. Really, I'm not kidding. Sammy Guevara is underrated. I mean, again, a lot of it was the face run that turned into a heel run, but people are shitting on it. I'm like, guys, you're supposed to hate him, and he's turning that undeserved heat and saying, all right, you want to run with it? Let's run with it. He's one of the most effective heels on that roster. That's underrated, man. People are denying him because he had one little thing. That's it.
I'm sure that by this time next year, he'll be a big star.
He should be already, but that's another story for another day. And a third one, again, under the radar because not everyone watches Impact. Speedball, Mike Bailey, had an amazing year in Impact. One trip up. They wanted to use option C with Kaz, with Frankie Kazarian. That's a fuck up. But that's not on Speedball. Speedball has had a killer year this year, and the fact that we're not talking about him as much, kind of criminal, if you ask me. Kind of criminal.
Yeah, he's been having a banger year, and thankfully he signed an extension to his deal, so we're going to see more of him in the coming years.
Absolutely.
Great.
That's the hope.
Great.
That's the hope. Most improved. We'll move up the list a little bit there.
This is a three-way tie for me. Yeah, these three this has been their year to grow. Two of them got into factions. One of them just had a great feud under the tutelage of one of the all-time greatest minds in professional wrestling. First, Utes, Wheeler Yuta. He was a technical marvel and very good in the ring. He just didn't have anything going for him in the Best Friends. Not to knock the Best Friends or anything, but he
was mismatched in factions, which, considering AEW's reputation of the foot in the door, wrong gimmick things. I mean, Miro's a good example of the Best Man. He evolved. Yuta, same thing. He evolved.
Yeah. And as soon as he joined with the BCC, he has just improved leaps and bounds, not just in his ring work, but also his aggression and also his mic work. Like,
hey, you want an example? His Mark Henry promo last night on Rampage.
Yeah. I mean, sure, people say, oh, he sucked against MJF. Like, it's MJF. Of course he's going to suck unless your mic game is S tier. Everyone's gonna look like crap, and Wheeler Yuta at least try to hang in there, but everywhere else he's been great. He's a 2-time pure champion. He's had gold. He is ended the year with gold, so that says something. And the third one, none other than the JS's own, the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia. He was good with 2.0, but went under the tutelage of the JAS. He's just really blossomed.
They just merged with Jericho and everyone in that group. That did the 2.0 and Garcia. You can make a point for 2.0. They've improved as well.
Yeah, they did too. And Garcia not only was he a pure champion this year, but he also beat Bryan Danielson clean in the main event of Dynamite. In fact, Garcia has main evented a lot of Dynamites this year.
And he's won a lot of main events on Dynamite as well.
Yeah, so they got a lot of talent for this guy. They got a lot of time for this guy, and because I mentioned him, you know what I have to do.
Of course.
Oh, here it comes.
Do it.
That's right, guys. It's me, Daniel Garcia. Yeah, I'm gonna be pure champion next year, and then TNT champion. Excuse me. I'm gonna go talk to a Wookiee.
Oh.
Hey, Wookiee, what's going on? You're from the planet Kashyyyk. What's that like? You can rip people's arms off. That's wild. Are you a relative of Chewbacca? You know Chewbacca, Wookiee? All right. See you later, Wookiee. See you around. Say hi to your mother for me.
Translation? What the fuck was that? Oh, God. Teed up.
For me, most improved goes to somebody who, 10 years ago, his gimmick was redneck with a cowboy with a trucker hat on. And since he's made his return, he's just gotten better and better and better to the point where now he's leading his own faction, none other than Diener.
Yeah, the puppy.
He's the dog now.
He's a dog now.
He is evolved into the dog.
I like what they're doing with the Violent by Design now.
Yep, I guess you could say that he's now the big dog.
The big dog. This for me there's two. Match by match, I think Jade Cargill is improving. But the gimmick is getting stale. The run is getting stale. The best way to evolve her even further, to make her improve it further, is to drop the belt and have her make a comeback run or whatever. She's done what she could with the belt. Put it on someone else. Anyone else. Just not Marina Shafir. And for me, yes, worst promotion, but that was when Vince McMahon was running it. Yeah, the Fed, WWE. On a week-to-week basis, it's improving. Dramatically.
Okay.
I gotta give props where they're due. It's not perfect. It's still a rebuild. But, you gotta give it that. And before we get to the next list, I believe I said something about showing something what I'm doing here. Since the hour is fast approaching, let me put on Matty Cam again here. There you go. There you go. Hey, everybody. For those thinking, I was kidding. Small little bottle. There it is. It's probably going to be, I'll have to bury it, but there it is. Now, this little bottle was because Air Transat was celebrating a a big anniversary. They were celebrating 50 years in the air or something like that. And on my flight back from Florida, from Ranger Stop last month, they decided in celebration they're going to give everyone that flies with them from all the way from the first class to the lowly coach, not coachman, flying coach. Everyone gets a small bottle of sparkling wine. Now, it was literally 9 in the morning, so I didn't want to drink, but I kept it. There it is. And I don't have a bucket for champagne on ice, so that's what this is. It's just ice in a commemorative cup.
So what you're saying is what you have is a little bit of the bubbly.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what that is.
It's a little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly. And Kira in the chat, yeah, that's exactly what that is. I'm trying to keep it as cold as possible, and it's above freezing temperatures outside because weather would be that fucking stupid. But there it is. And I will obviously turn that back on when we are close to New Year's Day proper. I'm going to wipe myself because I have to. Because I want to keep the ice around the bottle so it keeps everything cold. Now, where are we? Shin, pick one for us, please.
Let's see. What's a good one? You know what? Let's go with title reign.
Sure. Go ahead.
Title reign. This is a 3-way tie.
Ooh.
We got 3 different champions across 3 different companies. All right. First, we're gonna go with the Fed, and I'm picking Walter. I'm not calling him Gunther, so don't fucking tell me to.
Good call.
They could have easily fucked him up, but thanks to Triple H, they have made him into the Austrian anomaly again. He has made him the Ring General again. They gave him
Ring General.
Yes. They gave him back Imperium. Then they put him in that epic feud with Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes, and he has brought legitimacy back to the Intercontinental title.
It's the Workers' Championship again.
You're wrong. What they need to do is put some Lederhosen on, have him drink out of a beer stein, and just dance along to drunken music.
He would have fucked them up in 3 months, folks, and you know it.
He would have.
Like, tell me that Vince wouldn't have had him do that within a year. Tell me.
He would have done that. I'm not even joking. He would have done that.
Now, give him back his name. Good luck with that.
Apparently, he likes the name.
Yeah.
I can't go against that, but
hey, they ain't all winners, and you know what? Man like that kick all the ass in the world. I'm not gonna argue with him.
As long as he's caving in, dude, with his chops, I'm fine with it.
Absolutely. T-Dub. Oh no, wait, you have to continue. Sorry.
All right, second one, we're going to the land of AEW.
All right.
This time I'm going with the king of sloth style himself, Orange Cassidy, with the All Atlantic title. Like, there you go. No disrespect to Pac, he was a good first champion, but OC has been making that title. His slovenly aggression when defending that title and he's not even hiding from anybody. He just says, "Hey, I got a title. You want this title? We can wrestle. It doesn't matter who it is. He'll wrestle anybody."
He's wrestled Katsuyori Shibata for it.
Yeah. So, that has become his title now. I can't really see him without that title. At least when it's inside of his book bag.
By the way, all that noise was me trying to make sure the ice actually hits the close to the top of the bottle. I don't want it to go warm.
It's cool.
There you go.
The third one, this is going to make you so fucking happy, Matty. Going to Impact. Got to give it up to the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
He's had an exemplary year with the belt, actually.
Nothing but an excellent year. He has been carrying that company on his back all year, even when he wasn't the Impact champion. He was just making a name for himself as being one of the best in the world. And with the championship, he's just been having a run with it.
It's a fucking shame that they're still stuck on Access TV.
Yeah. And it's a shame that Impact still has a stink on them, but Josh is doing all he can to get that stink all of them. Need I remind you of that near Broadway he had on free television with the aforementioned Speedball Mike Bailey? What a fucking match. Like, it made my picking match of the year so much harder. So here's hoping that they don't screw it up and they let Josh Alexander break Bobby Roode's record with that title, because he deserves it.
And to clear in the chat, starting in 2010 when Hulk Hogan took over in a creative position for the company, he took the reputation right down the shitter.
Yeah.
And it still has not recovered since then.
And it doesn't help that they've been jumping from channel to channel trying to find a permanent home. And but Impact has been improving. They have done nothing but good work this year, regardless of what some YouTubers would say. I'm not even going to mention his name because he's a fucking hack.
Who is that? You can type it into the Discord if you want. Let us know who that is, so we could confirm. He's still fucking working?
Yeah. Wow, that guy. I haven't heard that name in fucking ever.
Wow. Why is he? He still thinks he's relevant?
Anyways, staying on the positive side of things, both of my champions are from Impact for best title reign. First up, women's champion Deonna Purrazzo had one hell of a reign this year. Jordan Grace is doing a great job with the belts. But also have to give the nod to Deonna. And of course, also have to show some love to Josh Alexander, because when he gets to his title match against Bully Ray at the next pay-per-view, he will officially be the longest reigning world champion in Impact history.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Alexander, there you go.
Sweet.
No, I did not write him down, though he had a great year, and he is showing up on my list somewhere else. But for title reign specifically, I have two. Walter, with the IC title, fuck yes. And he will pop up on the list again, believe me or me. And Jon Moxley with his 2 reigns as world champion. In an era where Chaos reigned, he ironically was the center of it. He kept everything as stable as humanly possible as world champion, as interim, and then officialized as world champion.
Indeed, he did a great job of just keeping things stable.
And the matches he's had, bangers. So one cannot deny that. Let's see. I did this. Best wrestling show. I sense a sweep here.
Possibly. Honorable mention goes to Impact.
Yep.
We've been following Impact for God knows how long, and I tell everybody online, Impact is actually good to getting better. Sure, they don't have the biggest audience, and it's hard, and not everybody has access, but you can't tell me that they're not putting on quality programming if you're watching it. It's people need to get rid of that stink and start watching Impact again and taking them seriously, because they've been doing nothing but good work.
We started watching back when Kenny Omega won the world title. It said, "I'm going to Impact, brother," and that has not been a regret.
Not at all. As for wrestling show, this should be easy. And as far as consistency, putting out a consistently good to great product, Dynamite wins, because I have not seen a bad Dynamite yet. There have been some that have been weak or decent or questionable, but nothing that would say, "Oh my God, that was just stinky or just terrible." No, they have been consistently good, and they've been getting better now that they've added that new guy backstage doing the production for them. The what was his name? I forgot.
I can't remember his name either, but he was apparently supposed to be the guy that was going to take Kevin Dunn's job, but Kevin Dunn didn't like that, so he just gave him the whole runaround until he just left.
Yeah. And considering all the Match of the Year candidate matches we've gotten for free off Dynamite this year, despite all the hiccups, the drama, the mess, people leaving, all this other stuff, Dynamite is the only show, the wrestling show I can say has been the big shows that has been just consistently good. And consistency is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I'll basically have to echo Shin's point. Impact and Dynamite win for me because you tune into any of either of those shows on a weekly basis, you know you're going to get some good stuff.
You're going to be entertained.
Yes, and the one thing I love about Impact is that it is easily one of the more innovative wrestling shows every week because there have been so many times where they just go right outside the box and do something so bashing and saying you're like, okay, I would never have thought of that for a wrestling show, but that's what you got to do with Impact. They know that they're distantly behind in popularity, so they're like, fuck it, let's just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. No matter how crazy it is. Let's have people go to the fucking demon realm. Why not? Let's have these wrestlers live in a house for a week. Why not?
Why not?
Let's have PCO be crazy. Why not?
Let's have PCO just run around murdering people. Let's just do that.
Why not?
Impact, the land of why the fuck not?
All
right, Matty, who do you got? What you got for this?
Honorable mention to Impact, as it's always fun to watch it, and it definitely is enhanced with these two, along with CJ and an occasional Pugsley. So that's an honorable mention. You should be watching Impact more, folks. That's all we're saying there. And Dynamite, get the brooms. Even if it's dull, it's still a fun watch. It's still an easy watch. And we have our problems with it, but we still love watching it. So there you go. I'm keeping an eye on the clock, actually, and we're about half an hour away here. Television announcer.
I actually had 3 for this one.
Yeah.
But I'm adding an honorable. Honorable mention goes to Michael Cole. I've heard Michael Cole has since Vince is out of his ear. I've heard he's been doing good.
He's been improving ever since they brought in Pat McAfee, to be fair. It's been a lot more loose. And now that Vince is gone, that looseness has stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is so much better on commentary these days. So much better.
He is. Good. When he's allowed to actually call matches and has loose notes, he still has that stuff he has to read because it's sponsors. You got to do. But he is so much better. Since they added Pat McAfee in there, and his chemistry with Wade Barrett is pretty good as well. So there is that.
But a most honorable mention, because he frankly deserves it after yesterday, the voice of TNA Wrestling, Mr. Don West. Words cannot express my sadness over the loss of Don West. Anyone who watched early TNA know that his enthusiasm was just infectious. Like, for someone who was an outsider to professional wrestling, he brought such energy, such life to it. Like, my favorite memories of Don West, and that made me like him, was during any LAX match, like the original LAX, Homicide. Next. Anytime every time Homicide did a tope to the outside, Don would just go nuts. He's like, oh my God, Homicide hit a tope called Hero. And if that wasn't good enough, Homicide would run over to the announce table, slam his hands on it, and then Don would get up and they would just slap 5 with each other. He did this every time. I have never seen a relationship and a friendship like Homicide and Don West had. And Don West was not just a great color guy. He was also a great salesman. Like the
brown bag special.
Brown bag specials. Everyone remembers that. And according to Bruce Pritchard, when at some points TNA was actually outselling the WWE in terms of merch simply because of Don West and his ability to sell shit. And
yeah, there's someone I follow on Twitter that said, I'll never forgive Don West for the fact that I was going to a TNA show, hell-bent on not buying anything, and I left with a Brown Bag special.
Yeah, that is just Don West in a nutshell. So Don, you deserve all the mentions. One of the greatest color guys in the history of the business.
Oh wait, to this day, I still have my autographed brown bag from Don West.
Nice.
Excellent.
Before I let you continue, guys, I need to. Mikey O'Shea on TikTok. Obviously, a lot of tributes over Don West.
Oh, Mikey O'Shea. I'm friends with the guy on Facebook.
This
Great
is
California talent.
The Irish juggernaut, Mikey O'Shea, who on TikTok has become the gimmick of a nice little ASMR thing or something for the boys or something about it, and element of surprise blows you up. He had this wonderful tribute, and I'll in his own words.
At Bound for Glory 2009 in Irvine, California. When I went through the entrance and I looked to my left, I saw Don West selling one of his brown bag specials. And without hesitation, I literally went, "You gotta be kidding me!" And he stopped right what he was doing, looked right at me, laughed, and we both high-fived each other, shook hands, and I went on my merry way. That was the only time I ever made contact with Don West. It was because of Christopher Daniels I gave TNA a chance at No Surrender 2005. But because of TNA, Don West was literally my favorite commentator. Because regardless of his lack of knowledge of professional wrestling before he became a TNA commentator, he was energetic, he had so much passion, and the way he connects with you is so genuine. He can always put a smile on your face no matter what mood you're in. He was just that awesome. And unfortunately, we lost him today. God willing, you're able to hear this, Don. I want you to know that you were awesome. Thank you for the glory days of TNA back in the day. Thank you so much for your time. Rest easy.
Could not have said it better myself.
Indeed.
Yeah, well said, Mikey. And always a genuinely nice dude, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that he does one pro wrestling because he just has so much charisma. Goddamn!
There
Somebody
you go.
sign this guy,
please. Hey, TK, he just wants to show up on Dark. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Shim, but you brought up Don West. I had to bring it up here.
Yeah, about Don West. I just have one thing to say about that is that his enthusiasm is so good, he literally does not have the ability to phone it in. Even for the Teenage Impact video game, you pop it in, you hear the commentary, it's just like you're watching on television. Because so many times you play a wrestling game, the commentary sounds awful. Not for Don West. He can't do that.
No. Because he's Don.
He's Don fucking West. All right, now that's the honorable mention.
My winners, my winners for best comms or best announcers.
Yeah.
3-way with Taz, Tony, Excalibur. Normally I don't. A 3-man group, 3-man booths really don't rub me the right way, but they just found something special with these three, and I'm glad they're still sticking with them because
this was a back half of 2022 decision too.
Yeah, they found the balance. Like no disrespect to Jim Ross, Yeah,
Kara Chris, what about Jim Ross? Past his prime, but he's still good. But as Shen brought up, they found the balance.
Yeah, you got Taz bringing in his professional knowledge. Taz has always been good on the comms.
Yeah,
you got Excalibur just bringing the excitement, and then you got that veteran experience with Tony Schiavone. Because who doesn't like Schiavone on the mic? Who doesn't like him?
And on top of that, Excalibur has known so many of the wrestlers throughout the years of them working with PWG that he can provide so much background information on them that the other two may not know.
And Taz could go heel commentator every once in a while, and it actually works in that trio.
Mm-hmm. And And it was just, and they just have such great chemistry, especially when they're just effing around or ribbing each other. You really feel like these guys just really get along backstage. You don't feel like they're just phoning it in when they do. When Excalibur tells a joke, or when Tony goes off script to talk about how much he hates MJF, or when Taz says something and only Excalibur gets it. They found their balance, and I'm glad they're making this their A-show team, and I'm so grateful for that. And a nod to when Regal gets on commentary.
Oh, absolutely. By the way, I brought up, this has been a running gag all year, but I've been hanging out with Mace, TJ, and the Shades. Mace has the fight feed, and that's commercial-free. And when you go into picture-in-picture, you get the full thing, and you still get the guys on commentary. The on-air stuff on TNT is fun. You have no idea how fun it is when they know they're in commercial.
Yep.
They are still aware that they're on the air, but it's a lot less. It's a lot loose, a lot more loose, and some of the best stuff comes from that.
Yeah. And of course, I have to do it. Hello, Mr. Maniac, Mr. Shivani, man in the mask. You're looking scrumdiddlyumptious today. You're like a birthday cake. I just want to put you in my face and just blow. Yum, yum.
Oh, I miss that so much.
Gotta do it.
For me, best TV announcer just goes to Excalibur because of all the work he does. He's able to get all that information across, and especially when he has to do like a 30-second read of like 2 match cards in a row. God damn, that's talent.
Name me a better commentator than that, folks. You can't.
And the fact that he constantly does it so much to the point where Shivani's like, okay, now you're just showing off.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a sweep for Excalibur. I got him into. He's the passion, the knowledge, and just the fact that he's a man of the mask. And that balance, he is the glue for that balance. Taz, which is a great slot in for that as well. All right. Tita, pick one.
All right. Let's go with best match of the year.
Ooh, go. All right. Let's go for the jugular. Shin.
I got to name honorable mentions first because
this year, folks, don't look at the drama. Look at the wrestling. Jesus Christ, what a year.
Oh my God! I just have to name all the ones I can name. Sheamus versus Walter, Cody versus Steph in Hell in a Cell, Brock versus Roman at Last Man Standing at Survivor Series.
SummerSlam.
My bad. Survivor Series, the first ever War Games match. That was awesome too. What else? Josh versus Speedball Mike Bailey. The Dragon versus Garcia. Hangman versus Punk. Punk versus MJF dog collar match. They're just so the Brawling Brutes versus the Imperium and the Donnybrook. Oh my goodness! Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay. Orange Cassidy versus Shibata. Just so many excellent matches this year. I'm probably missing some, and you guys probably
throw them in there. Throw them in there, Chad. If you're not hearing it, throw it in there. The answer is yes. It's on the list at this point.
So to narrow it down, it really just comes down to personal preference. But really, you could name a match this year, and I would not fight you against that because this has just been an absolute banger year for banger matches. But for me, my match of the year is not actually one match. It's a trilogy. And that trilogy, Top Guys, Dem Boys. We had 3 outstanding matches. We had a regular-ass match to start things off, escalated into an awesome 2 out of 3 falls match, and ending it with a brutal, and I do mean brutal, double dog collar match. And how can you find a better? These 2 teams are this generation's defining tag teams. Even though the Dem Boys don't get much say or much exposure on television for reasons we all know why, you cannot deny that these two tag teams are the definitive tag teams for this generation. Like, when you think of the all-time greatest tag teams, the Legion of Doom, Demolition, the Rockers, the Hart Foundation, New Age
Dudley's Edge
Outlaw.
Christian, Hardy's.
Yep. London and Kendrick.
Yeah.
The New Day, the Usos, all these great tag teams. FTR and the Briscoes are going to be in that conversation. They are going to
They need to be in that conversation. Briscoes were in that conversation years ago, a solid decade now. FTR needs to be on that conversation as well.
Yeah. All they wanted was tag team wrestling to be featured in prominence, and their work this year just showed you that, yeah, this entire trilogy, if you haven't seen any of those matches, go out of your way and watch them. They are some of the best tag team wrestling you will watch not only this year, but ever. Period.
How do you top that, Tito?
I can't, really. I just have two. Going to keep things simple. First up, my runner-up, MJF versus CM Punk in a dog collar match.
Excellent.
Yep.
Just brilliant storytelling. And
for people saying, well, CM Punk doesn't deserve that, folks, love the art, hate the artist. The art's still good.
And my winner for match of the year is a match that happened just a few days ago. Stardom Dream Queendom main event for the World of Stardom Championship. Siori defending against Julia. It was a match that went 29 minutes of pure wrestling goodness. It was so great at the end, both competitors were sobbing.
There is someone on a platform that I will not share because I don't want him to be banned for it. He showed that match when I happened to be tuning in when watching his stuff and writing the list here. Definitely, he's not kidding. It's that good. Now, it's not on my list because I already filled out my match there, but I am, yes, throw that on the list. That's all I'm going to say there. For me, 4-way tie. Couldn't keep it. There's no honorable mentions because at this point, the honorable mentions are every match has been brought up and will be brought up in the chat at this point. Throw one in there. It's an honorable mention at this point for me. FTR versus Briscoes. I have to pick one, and it has to be the double dog collar match. Old school psychology and brutality. And as far as the trilogy, we do have another category for that there, Shin. That's why I use it for. Josh Alexander versus Bayley, the damn near Broadway on Impact, needs to be watched. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes, Hell in a Cell. If for nothing else, the drama that actually legitimate injury brought to the table, it gave Hell in a Cell its brutality back. And Walter Sheamus, Clash at the Castle.
Much bruising.
Much bruising. Much fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew the Intercontinental Championship was missing that kind of match? But here it is. Jesus Christ. It's still stuck in my head, that match. And we've had banger after banger after banger, as Sheamus would say, of course. And not just the Fed. Everyone had banger after banger after banger. But that's me. Shin, pick one.
Let's go Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. All right, go for it.
I actually have two.
Yeah.
The first one should come as no surprise. As much as I dislike him on YouTube, I have to give him his props for showing that he really does take wrestling seriously. So for this one, I'm going to have to give it to none other than Logan Paul Jackson.
No. Oh, no.
I had to take it away. I could not in good conscience give it to him because of CoffeeZilla's 3-part expose on that whole crypto zoo thing where him and his goons basically scammed a bunch of people out of millions of dollars in a NTF scam. Yeah.
Hate the artist all you want. Don't hate the art. That's what I say.
I cannot. I know, but I just can't do it. I can't do it.
And you know what? I'm not going to blame you. It's your list.
But for me, there was a better male rookie of the year. One that had the entire wrestling world talking. One that everyone, I know for a fact, everyone was throwing money to get this kid. But AEW swooped in and locked him down. That's right. The DDT Pro's shining star himself. I'm just going to call him Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita.
Konosuke Takeshita. The dude, when he first started off, he was being hyped up by Kenny Omega as this next big thing. I'm like, okay, another Japanese wrestler, okay, whatever. But watching him in the ring, I swear to God, I get fucking Okada vibes from him. He is so young, but it feels like watching a younger version of Okada. The potential, he scares me with his potential. Like, how far, the sky's the limit with this kid. And give him the right, hell, I want him in the BCC. Imagine what he could do with the BCC shining him up. I feel like Bisky from Hunter x Hunter after she watched Gong and Killua in Greed Island. He shines like an uncut diamond, and with a little polish, he could be truly unbelievable. And it scares me what he's going to do in 2023. Like, oh my goodness, I'm getting misty-eyed over here. Like, Takeshita's the shit, but
fair.
My second one, I had to give it to her because she really, really grew on me. Willow Nightingale.
Fair. She has that effect, to be fair.
Yeah, she's happily and bubbly, but she hits like a goddamn truck. And
probably because she is built like a goddamn truck, but in a good way.
Yeah. So yeah, I got to give it up to future ex-wife number 83.
Wow, she stole my waifu.
Well, Willow was actually one half of my list as well. But my second half is different from Shin's, as my other Rookie of the Year is one that MJF is actually stepping up for. Like, when someone was saying, hey, this person's my Rookie of the Year, MJF's like, no, fuck you, it's this person, and I don't even like them because they're a poor, and that is Hook.
Folks, I double-checked that because I asked about that last show. No, it counts. His rookie year was within the time frame. It counts.
That's true.
And
the fact that he's still over after all this time, you thought that fans would get burnt out, but nope, he still gets a huge reaction. All you do is turn off the lights, hit that music, you don't even know me, and boom, huge reaction.
The fact that he's still doing jobber matches and he's over should tell you something. They have something with Hook.
Hopefully next year they'll have something really big and planned for him. Like, I know, what's interesting is that this literally is not only his rookie year in AEW, it's his rookie year in wrestling in general.
He's literally a rookie.
Yep.
And just because CM Punk went, send Hook, he was sent, and the world is rejoicing still.
He might be the most over person in their rookie year in a long time.
And just imagine what he'll be like when he give him a legitimate feud against somebody worthy of his skill.
Just imagine
for example, Big Bill Morrissey.
Somebody mentioned Big Bill Morrissey again.
Yeah.
Just imagine how good Hook is going to be 10 years from now.
That should scare you. Same thing with Konosuke Takeshita. That should scare you.
What's interesting is that Takeshita already has 10 years of experience.
Yeah, he just had his first year in AEW.
Yeah.
And by the way, for those wondering, he is currently 27 years old.
The future is so bright for AEW with all these young guys.
Like I said, don't look at the drama. Look at the good shit that's happening right now. They got plenty of it. For me, Konosuke Takeshita. See, I was doing it. But I got... How fucked up is it? I got right the first time, and it wasn't even my turn. What the fuck? So, Konosuke Takeshita gets a winner. Mike Bailey's first year in Impact needs special mention, so we're putting it in there. Hook, because why not? should be in there. He is absolutely, like, on a pure first year wrestling, he is Rookie of the Year, period. And for 3 matches in the Fed, I'm sorry to Shin, but he must be acknowledged. Man busted his knee wrestling Roman Reigns, and he still had a banger, Logan Paul. I hate him as an internet personality. I must give him all the respect in the world for the 3 matches he's had. He had the typical celebrity matchup at Mania, and he impressed. His one-on-one match against The Miz was great. His effort against Roman Reigns was as good as you can get for a Saudi match. Which that should be that, like, the fact that he had a good one in Saudi should be right up there. So he needs to be up there. If for nothing else, the ratio of good matches to bad, which there, he's 3-0 on that. So I gotta give it to him. So Logan Paul, hate this motherfucker with a burning passion as a YouTuber and internet guy, but as a professional wrestler, my hat's off to him. Let's see. Feud of the Year. Let's go for that.
Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yep.
Honorable mention goes to FTR and the Briscoes.
Okay.
But Feud of the Year, it has to be the one where 2 guys, we knew it was going to be good. We just didn't know how good it was going to be. And on the mic, as far as storytelling goes and in-ring work goes, it delivered. Maxwell Jacob Freeman versus CM Punk.
Fair. I'm putting on Matty Camp because we're 2 minutes away from the big one. It snuck up on us, folks. Keep going.
All right, Matty Cam aside. But it was gold from the get-go. Excellent promos, excellent psychology from both men, utilizing their past interaction as fan and wrestler. It was just something to watch. And the matches did not disappoint. The first match was a nice scumbag victory for MJF in the middle of Punk's hometown. Punk forced to bring out the dog collar, and then that dog collar match where he brought back his old theme and his old trunks to elicit his infamous dog collar match against Raven in ROH. It was something glorious. Like no other feud got me talking or got the wrestling talking as much as CM Punk versus MJF for me.
All right, I'll get to T-Dub in a few seconds, but we got 30 seconds left to the year, so we got to do it proper, boys. At least in the East Coast, Shannon will be joining us in an hour, of course. I got the thing going. And Ian, I'm looking at it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, everybody!
Happy New Year! Woo!
Happy New Year from the past.
Yeah. Oh, you'll join us in the future in an hour, you know it.
Shane's gonna take us back to the past to play some Shintigercurl suck ass.
Now, I don't have a proper flute thing or whatever you want to call it, but here it is.
Yeah, it looks like we won't be hearing that theme song for a good long while.
Yeah, I think he's done for a while, isn't he?
No, I mean just for good, thanks to freaking YouTube.
Shit.
What do you mean?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Charlie broke the story like yesterday. YouTube Shadow introduced a new policy basically saying if you have cursing in the first 8 seconds of your video, you will be demonetized.
And the theme song has that.
Yep, literally within the first 10 seconds, he's gonna take you back to the past to play some shitty games of suck ass. And which explains why, in the intro for What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, Nash has to censor everything for that.
And even more so, it can be for any video that you've ever done.
Oh boy, so sucks for those that have monetized videos. God
And
damn it.
even more
Fuck
so,
you, YouTube. That's for sure.
even more so, according to Charlie, they actually demonetized a video where he doesn't even swear until 5 minutes in. So, typical YouTube bullshit.
Yeah, generally.
By the way,
So,
that sparkling wine is dry, and I hate dry shit. So, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I didn't pick this shit. This is Air Transat, so I'm still gonna accept the free booze.
So for my feud of the year, it's the same issue as MJF. It's a MJF versus Punk. It just had the best promos, had the best matches, told the best story, just all around amazing.
Yeah, for me, yes again, but from a quality standpoint, yeah, MJF versus CM Punk gets in there, but my nod goes to FTR and the Briscoes. The best trilogy of matches you can have in 1 year, and we'll probably bring it up in Tag Team of the Year. But yeah, this is an example of how you do tag team wrestling right, and that was a banger feud. All three matches were match of the night. That's how good the feud is. The promos were something as well. So there's that. Quick jaunt to promotion of the year, gentlemen.
This one is gonna be a tie with a nod to Impact Wrestling for the improvements that they've made, and just this year has just been absolutely great for them. The only reason they're not in a three-way is because people still can't watch it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because they should be watching it, but yeah. But my promotion, it's a tie. It goes to WWE in the latter half after Vince
Yeah,
stepped
I think
down.
that if you're going to put that in there, name the era. I think at this point.
Yeah. WWE is still not perfect, but Trips is doing what he can to clean the ship. He is getting rid of everyone backstage who was detrimental, bringing back a lot of his old wrestlers to interesting levels of success. He shaped things down. Characters, everything feels more natural. Shows are more enjoyable. Even Raw, even though it's 3 hours long, it still has more enjoyable bits than it has sucky bits. Pay-per-views after that era have been just been kicking all the asses.
The quality has bumped up dramatically in pay-per-views, by the way.
He brought War Games to the main roster. Thought I'd never see that. So yeah, hopefully, if the trends continue, there'll be promotion of the year next year. And the second one goes to AEW. Not just for their content, but just for them dealing with so much shit backstage and still coming back stronger than ever. The injury bug hit them bad in the summer. They just kept on going. The controversy with the brawl out at All Out, they just said, okay, then we're just going to put on the best Dynamite of the whole fucking year at that time. Like this, the things that happened to AEW this year, it could have destroyed another company.
Kudos to Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley. They righted the ship as soon as they possibly could, at least in the locker room. So kudos must be given to that for sure.
Yeah, like the Fed, they are not perfect, but they are still putting on quality content. They're still doing as best they are, and considering everything that's happened to them this year, and they're still doing gangbusters. That's worthy enough to say it's one of the best promotions of the year, right alongside with WWE post events.
For me, promotion of the year goes to All Elite Wrestling. Just all around good stuff, whether it's Dark, Elevation, Dynamite, Rampage, or one of their 4 pay-per-views every year, you know you're going to get a quality product.
For me, AEW as well. You tune in to Wednesday, you're gonna have a good time. So there's that. I don't need to do anything else at this point. Tita, pick a category, any category.
Pay-per-view of the year or network special.
All right, let's go for pay-per-view or network special of the year at Shin.
Runner-up goes to All Out, only because I didn't see it, because I was sick at the time, and I just didn't have the strength in me to get up and look for the pay-per-view to watch. I was just too weak, and I was just not in the right headspace to watch it. So I can only go by what I watched. I understand if you guys have All Out for your pay-per-view of the year, I can only go by what I watched. And for me, pay-per-view of the year, Full Gear. As I said in my review, it wasn't a perfect show. There was just nothing bad about it. That's why I gave it a 5 stars. Even the weakest matches on the card, that tag team match with Darby and Sting against Jay and Double J, it was good because they let him go wild. Jade versus Nyla was decent for what it was, nothing overtly bad, but from top to bottom, it was a great show. And finished off with the crowning of the shit of the shit of the earth as World Heavyweight Champion, and of course him debuting the Big Bird belt.
The Big Burberry belt, by the way, is what it is. But Big Bird belt.
Big Bird belt. Big Bird belt.
The Triple B.
So yeah, Full Gear, my pick.
D-Dub?
Well, for me, I have 2. AEW Full Gear is one of them. The other being a show that once again happened just a few days ago, that being Stardom Dream Queendom. It was one hell of a show, not a bad match on the card, banger after banger after banger.
Do they have English commentary for them, by the way?
No.
Ah.
So if you need English commentary, I'm sorry this show will not be for you, but for those that can withstand, Japanese commentary, which sounded relatively enthusiastic, it was quite a good show. The only thing missing from it would have been, obviously, the more active cheering crowd, but what can you do?
They'll be getting that in the new year, or this year, technically.
Yeah. But, things are what they are. The situations are what they are. Can't do anything about that. But aside from that, show was amazing with tons of drama, including a betrayal.
Okay.
And, of course, a main event that just was perfect.
Full Gear is an honorable mention. All Out's an honorable mention. My winner, Forbidden Door.
Nice.
This was an event. And obviously, it did not hit all the thrusters, but it was fun. And sometimes, folks, that's all you need. And the fact that it could have gone worse, that they flew in Okada to actually try to spruce up the event to get people to buy it. There will be a Forbidden Door 2. Hopefully less cursed with the injuries. That would be ideal.
Give us Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., you cowards.
Please do that. If
Give
you
us
can't do it in New Japan, do it in the States. We'll love you for it.
Give us the match we didn't get because of the pandemic.
Bastards.
Suzuki versus Orange Cassidy. We need it.
Yes. All right, I'm looking at the list here. Angle or storyline?
This might be a sweep. Not sure.
All right, well, let's see what you got.
Storyline, even though I have not been watching the Fed all year, there's one storyline that has everybody buzzing, and even I'm interested in it, very, very invested in it, the Bloodline storyline. Just everything that when I heard that Sami Zayn was trying to join the Bloodline, I would be like, I'm not sure where this is going, but they're making it work. It is intriguing. The tension between Jay and Sami, chef's kiss.
The pop when they finally hugged in War Games.
Yeah, that pop. Just everything going down with that storyline. Do we even need to mention Uzi? Uzi! I mean, this is a storyline where Sami Zayn seems to be making it his mission to make the most serious wrestlers in the entire company break every time he's in the fucking ring. Like, just and Roman just rolled with it. He didn't try to save it. He knew that the entire segment was ruined. He was like, "Okay, is that what it is? You're not feeling Uzi?" Sami Zayn should be arrested.
It broke everyone.
He should be arrested because he killed a lot of men in that ring that night. I have not laughed I've not laughed that hard since the flare off in TNA.
Oh God, yeah.
All the effort that Sammy has put into breathing new life into what could have been a really stale faction, I think that alone deserves at least a short title run.
My underrated favorite moment is when they were interviewing the Usos, Solo, and Sammy, and Jay was just giving him the stink eye, like, I can't believe I'm here with this fucker. I can't believe I'm here. And the interviewers asked Sammy, so what you guys doing later? Yeah, we're going to Waffle House, my treat. And Jay just looks over like, Waffle House? Yeah, my treat.
He went from pissed off to, I think I love you.
Like, well, say word, man. We're going to Waffle House. Okay, I can stop hating you for a little bit. Waffle House, let's go. Let's go.
Just don't throw any chairs.
Yeah.
Especially if one of the cooks is white.
Oh Lord, it's viral, that video. It's a brawl. They're throwing shit at the staff who just want them to leave, and one of them casually catches it like it's like
Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
She caught that shit like Bucky caught the shield in Winter Soldier.
Props to the person who used some epic video editing skills to put John Cena in there.
For us, it's epic. For them, it was probably Tuesday.
Yeah, but seriously, props to the person who did that. And yes, someone literally used video editing skills to put John Cena in a Waffle House throwing a chair.
It's true. It's in there. Watch it again.
Them folks must have thought they were inside a Burger King or something. No, this is Waffle House.
Ooh, yeah.
Every
actually, like a Waffle House at night. We should probably point that out.
Every person behind that counter probably has a 5th degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
or a recent equivalent.
Yeah, don't fuck with Waffle House people.
No, they are hardened. T-Dub.
For me. Mine's going to be out of left field, and that being Violent by Design becoming The Design. That whole storyline, just easily some of the most interesting stuff going on in pro wrestling when it comes to just out-of-the-box thinking, just creating this really strange faction, and also breathing new life into the career of not only Alan Angels, but Connor of the Ascension.
And they did that, and Violent by Design did it with Diener, Eric Young, obviously, and
Joe Doring.
Joe Doring.
Joe Doring, please get better, please. We lost one person of cancer. Please don't be another one. Please get better soon.
The stage needs you back. Those dollar bills aren't going to stuff themselves down your pants. We need you.
Sure.
No, the club is almost out of business. Come on.
One more for the road. For me, MJF CM Punk, the lead up to the dog collar match, the entire thing where the Max goes into this wonderful promo talking about his stuff, talking about CM Punk, to the outright betrayal, using that picture with him meeting CM Punk on a T-shirt, and it's white, and it just turns crimson with CM Punk's blood, all the way to the pay-per-view and with the pay-per-view itself. Fucking genius. Fucking amazing. Just that just sticks out in my mind. Promo of the year. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Oh, this is a tie for me.
All right.
There've been a lot of good promos this year. A lot of excellent promos, and both of my picks feature the same wrestler. The first one, the MJF pipe bomb. Like we knew he was going to do some incendiary shit after Double or Nothing. We had no idea that he was going to drop that big of a pipe bomb, and after that, he became the most talked about wrestler in all of pro wrestling.
Tony Khan, you fucking mark, fire me!
Yep. And they did the good thing by keeping him off television for as long as he did until that casino ladder match and him cashing in that chip. So yeah, that pipe bomb, great,
delicious.
And the next one, the promo, his first major promo after winning the belt, against someone we knew was going to have a great promo battle with Max versus Ricky Starks. Like, Max cut his usual heel shtick gimmick, his whole promo. He checked all the check mark boxes, and he does it so well. And then Ricky, as soon as he got on the mic, I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. And as soon as he said, well, hold it right there, Maxi Pad, and he already had the crowd.
You knew crowd was ready to hear it.
And you knew Tony Khan was like, okay, we're going to give you a couple of minutes with Max. Say whatever you want. And he just went off on Max like nobody's business. Like, this promo made Ricky Starks a megastar and a future world champion. He is gonna. There's not a matter of if he's gonna win the AEW world title. It's when.
The question was if before the promo. The question now it's when, and it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Everybody was talking about that promo. Everyone who matters in the IWC, every podcaster, every news reporter, everyone was like, that promo made Ricky Starks. Except for Vince Russo, because Vince Russo is a dick.
But we ignore Vince Russo because he's a fucking hack.
Yeah. So yeah, those two promos, my picks of the year.
For me, my promo of the year is from MJF, which, of course it is. Why wouldn't it not be? But for me, it's his promo during his feud with CM Punk where he goes into his backstory, and it felt so goddamn real. Probably because it mostly was.
It mostly was, but it like warped into a face tweener sensibility that just gave even more context to the double dog collar match. It's what made MJF from your typical stereotypical heel to, oh, he's a heel with a purpose. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He will stick it up your ass, period.
And the fact that with this promo, he got CM Punk to be like, am I the bad guy? And then the next week, MJF is like, nope, I'm still the bad guy. Go fuck yourself. I'm the devil.
No, I'm the devil because you made me the devil. That's the vibe he was giving, and that is a good vibe to have if you're a heel. For me, MJF, it's a sweep on the person cutting it, but for me, it was the pipe bomb. The Tony Khan, you fucking mark, fire me! Fire me! The context behind the two is amazing. Just saying.
Oh, yes, because of, the whole plane thing and the double or nothing and the thing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Just
all right,
saying.
Mr. Matty.
Where are we going next? Well, you pick one then.
All right, let's go to best manager or non-wrestling talents.
All right. Well, I sense a sweep of a particular name, but we'll see what happens here.
I have two.
All right.
The first one goes to the greatest manager in professional wrestling. No, it is not that fat cow, Paul Heyman. No, it is the leader, founder, and the leader of the greatest faction in the world, the Embassy. No one less than Prince Nana.
It's because he likes your tweets, isn't it?
Yes, it's because he likes my tweets.
Hey, that's a perfectly legitimate reason to put him on the list. And he's a good manager, so. Not going to jump on that personally.
And the other one, I really think this is going to be a sweep because who else has had a bigger impact in the wrestling profession in only 9 months with with a company than none other than Lord William Regal. Not only did he assemble a kick-ass stable of just ass beaters, but he was just great in every role that they put him in. He was a trainer. He was a scout. When someone picked him, according to Brian Pillman Jr., a lot of the younger guys picked his brain about things in professional wrestling. Do I even need to say him being on commentary was the highlight of my week when he was on? Not just because he was flirting with Excalibur, he just sounded so right for the job because he just fit in so well. He made that 3-man group even better into a 4-man group. And I wouldn't have minded it to make it a 4-man group because he was just so damn good at it.
And I'd like to add that my favorite commentary moment from William Regal is when they were hyping up the Ortiz versus Chris Jericho hair versus hair match. Regal was just constantly going on about, well, Chris Jericho will look bald. And he was like, do you think he'll wear a wig? Do you think he'll be an Afro wig? Oh, that would be splendid.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Speaking of William Regal, he just released a tweet saying that yesterday was his official last day with AEW. He said, yesterday was my last official day with AEW. I'd like to thank Tony Khan, Megan, and all the hardworking crew. Contrary to people who've never spoken to me or have their information from people who don't know me or trying to make themselves noticed, I had a lovely time. That's code for fuck you, EC3.
I was actually going to bring that up, but thank you for doing that.
Working there and had a great time. Lots of talented wrestlers and lovely people to work for. To my fellow BCC members, it was special, albeit brief, few months, but it cemented our already strong friendship. To everyone there, thank you for welcoming me. Best wishes. And of course, he posted pictures of himself with the BCC, and of course, the one with the lean.
Of course.
Yep.
So
shout out to the Acclaimed and Top Flight for their picture of the half Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah.
I chuckled.
Yeah.
And you know William Regal chuckled too.
Oh yeah.
Because William Regal,
man's got a sense of humor.
Although I couldn't get my wish of having William Regal as a boy, and everybody listening to this knows that if they came up with the idea of Regal being a boy for Dalton Castle, he would
jump at that shit in half a minute. He'd be suited up to go.
Yeah, that's just so Regal. Even though your time with AEW was shockingly brief, I know you have other commitments elsewhere, and I do not fault you for any of it. I am just glad we had you for the time we had you. Good luck training your son, and thank you for everything that you've done for All Elite Wrestling.
For me, my manager of the year is somebody who is just goddamn entertaining and someone who was just wasted in WWE, and that is Big Stoke.
Stokely Hi-Fi.
Every segment he is in, he just is able to make it 100% more entertaining just by his sheer presence.
Quote,
wait.
You raggedy bitch. Unquote.
Yes, Jen?
You didn't have William Regal as your manager of the year?
No, Stokely Hathaway.
You raggedy bitch.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, and just everything that he does is just absolutely amazing. Whether he was with Jade Cargill or now at the firm, the guy is just amazing. Yes, the storylines he's been given isn't always the best, but the guy is always putting forth A+ material, and that's the best you can ask for someone.
Yep. All right, for me, Triple H, back half of 2022. A lot of hard work putting in there. That needs to be recognized. And Lord William Regal, for the aforementioned reasons. Just fucking A. Good luck in the future, and hopefully in a year we get to hear War Games again. The way it should be said.
War Games!
Thank you.
Yes.
Let's see. Where are we at right now? Let me get to the... How about Heel of the Year?
This should be a sweep.
This is going to be a sweep.
Yeah, this is the easiest sweep we're going to get here.
It's well, of course, I got to give a nod to Chris Jericho, especially as the Ocho.
Of course.
Like they gave him the ROH title, and he ran with that gimmick, and I'm glad to see that the fans are just running with the Ocho.
The Ocho chant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ocho.
And not only was he a crazy villain, but he also had some of the best matches of his entire career, at least this year in AEW, especially that blood fest that he had with fucking Ishii.
Chop off.
There are a few men that could go blow for blow with Tomohiro Ishii. Jericho's not one of them.
No, but he gave it socks, though.
But as for Heel of the Year, it should come to no fucking surprise to anyone. the shit of the earth himself.
No, hold on. I know who it is. It's none other than Mike Bennett.
Close, but no.
All right, T-Dub, I don't want to get proof hairball. I don't want to prove hairball right by going a 4-hour show.
Okay.
Move on. Keep going.
But yeah, it's none other than the shit of the earth, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. No other heel in the entire business has created more buzz, done better promos, had great matches, and just been so utterly and completely detestable as Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He is untouchable as far as heels go. There are a lot who can try, but for the third year in a row, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, my heel of the year.
Same here. Yep, MJF.
It's a sweep, MJF. With kudos to Sammy Guevara turning that off heat to good heat and with ease. So he definitely gets a honorable mention. Fuck it, I'm giving him a winner for that one as well. But MJF, absolutely, it's a sweep there. Well, we keep saying it's a banner year for the guy, but at the same time, is it not? Is it not? Face of the year.
This is a tie for me. Both of these, a singles guy and a tag team. For the singles, Hangman Adam Page. Look, there is just no other face that anyone can get behind more so than old Hangman. He has had an amazing story to rise to the top of AEW, to having such an epic fall. But people, we still fucking love the old Hangman, and he is the preeminent face of AEW. And as for the tag team, the Acclaim. Like everybody, as they like to say, everybody loves the Acclaim. I remember when the Acclaim were just toiling away on on Dark, and no one was giving them a chance because they thought they were ripping off John Cena. But look where they are now.
They perfected the rap entrance gimmick
to perfection. It is. Anytime you hear that theme music and you hear Max go, "Yo, listen,"
you shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah, and since they added Daddy Ass to it, and hell, even Billy Gunn, I'll give Billy Gunn in this too, because he is just having a career resurgence with these guys, and I'm here for it. Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Absolutely.
All those are amazing, and for me though, I'm going with someone who is just a 100% purebred babyface. I cannot see this person as anything other than that, and I never want them to turn heel ever, ever, ever. And that is none other than Willow Nightingale. She's amazing. Please, please, please push her to the moon in the coming years.
Willow definitely deserves an honorable mention. The Acclaimed are in a different category for me. We'll get to them. Actually, in two categories. What do you think? Actually, just one, but you get the idea. Look, Cody Rhodes, his comeback to the Fed was just what the Doctor needed. He is, after that performance after Hell in a Cell, he is WWE's top face when he comes back. I don't think there's any disputing that. It's only a matter of time at this point that he will be a WWE World Champion by year's end. Hopefully by WrestleMania's end, but it's early days. You don't know just yet. Well, we're knocking down that list fast, aren't we here? I'm going to go with On the Mic.
Three-way tie.
All right.
Of course, good old Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the shit of the earth himself, MJF, for the aforementioned reasons. He is fire on the mic. Sami Zayn. Come on, he made Roman Reigns break more than once.
Yeah.
You got to be great to break Roman Reigns. And the next one, Max Caster. Like, his raps are just Oh, they're just so good, so fun, so entertaining. I'm not saying he's going to be battle rapper of the year or whatever, but for wrestling standards, he's the second coming of the Doctor of Thugonomics. Especially that rap he did against Jeff Jarrett the other night.
The video, folks, the video.
Calling Jay Lethal the top guy of the bad years of ROH.
Best line: "You're stealing money like you stole Kurt Angle's wife."
Apparently, Karen Jarrett took that personally.
Kurt Angle just went, "Nice work, kid."
Cue Kurt Angle's laugh from his debut video from Impact.
Yep.
Hey, we're talking about a guy. He's so good at these raps. He did one on Samoa Joe, and he ripped him apart. And Joe was in the ring like, "Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, this guy's
pretty good. Pretty good. Respect.
Yeah. I'll be sure to give you a special expensive coffin for this.
Yeah, you get the special
funerals
bed
on me, kid. Funerals on me.
You get the special bed when you go to Night Night Land.
Yeah, my treat. My twin.
Your turn.
MJF for obvious reasons. Eddie Kingston.
Ooh,
He's still firing off them banger promos, just not to the frequency that we enjoyed. And Max Caster. His entrance raps are a weekly shut the fuck up and listen to the good man talk. They are must listen to. And no, hey, that's it. I don't need to. I think that's a perfectly valid reason right there. I don't think I need to explain it anymore. That rap that we just mentioned, come on. And the Vince, I'll make you retire like Vince McMahon. Frickin' Anthony Bones over that face going, he actually went there? Fuck. Enigma Extreme, Max Caster and John Cena need to collab.
Well, again, need Tony Khan and Triple H to collaborate with each other before that'll happen.
If it does, it'll be a glorious day, though.
And before that needs to happen, John Cena needs to collab with some hair plugs.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Why, does he have a bald spot now?
Oh, it's
very
pronounced. It's loud.
There's already memes about that bald spot.
Oh, yeah.
Is it bigger
There's a dude taking a picture, and that's not a hair. That's not a hairline. That's not a bald spot. That's a fucking crater.
Is it bigger or smaller than Sting's?
Bigger.
Jesus!
Bigger. Google it, T-Dub. Google it.
I don't wanna.
It takes up like 50% of the back of his head.
What happened?
I don't know.
It's only been a year.
Father Time is undefeated, ladies and gentlemen.
Clearly, it's only been a year, though. How could... Wow.
Yeah. By the way, Mike Shell just joined us. 62 months and a 4-hour show in 2022. Yeah, it's going to fucking happen. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Hairball, for jinxing it.
Enigma says his bald spot is worse than mine. I didn't even know you had a bald spot, Nick.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Damn.
Then again, the only time I ever see on camera is from the front.
Anyway, speaking of Hairball did resubscribe before we even got on the air. Keep up the good work, recipes on West, and every zebra and a death note. Okay. I believe he was watching some college football, and now there's a bad ref ball call. Let's see. Where are we here?
Best faction.
Aha, thank you.
I got two.
Same here.
One, I got to give it up to the Blackpool Combat Club. Considering almost all the members of that group were all champions this year. Save for Bryan Danielson, but he really doesn't give two shits about a title. He just wants to wrestle. But yeah, not only did I was iffy on it at first, but they really sold me on it. I'm glad they brought Swiss in. Swiss brings some much needed muscle. Youth's been growing with it.
Yeah.
And they just been, I just like it. I just love it when the BCC just come in the ring and just beat the shit out of the other team. And that's what I'm eternally grateful to William Regal for putting this group together. It is a sorely needed group.
And Blackpool Combat Club was a throwaway line by Mox, by the way.
Yeah.
So, if it works in wrestling, it works.
And the other team, I'm only giving it to them because they officially disbanded this week. That is Suzuki-gun. Like, they've been together for 11 years, and
in wrestling, that is a long fucking time. With the consistent success, that is a long time.
And considering that out of all the major factions in not just New Japan, but in wrestling in general, they're the only ones where there were no betrayals, no inside tension, no defections, none of it. They all stayed together from start to finish. Unfortunately, the only ones that they couldn't share the ring with again was Shelton X. Benjamin and D.H. Smith. But
one's in the Fed, one is unavailable.
I don't know what D.H. Smith is doing these days. But considering what they've done, as well as their longevity, and the fact that they disbanded, they didn't break up, and they just decided, you know what, we've done the best, we've done all that we can is together. Let's just go our separate ways. And those last little promos done by every member of Suzuki-gun, and my favorite one was Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
he said that the best thing that had to happen to him with Suzuki-gun was him teaming with Taichi as the Dangerous Tekkers, and he said that Taichi always used to say that he was holding him back, and Zack said, no Taichi, I was holding you back. You're going to be great this year, and that really hit something in my heart. So, one last time, Suzuki-gun.
Ichiban.
Suzuki-gun. Ichiban.
Yeah, that's in fact, I call Suzuki the Whitebeard of professional wrestling. He took a bunch of ne'er-do-wells, took them under his wing as his sons, rampaged across New Japan, and then disbanded them.
And Noah. It started in Noah a little bit, too.
And in Noah.
Yeah.
And rampaged across Noah, too. Took them in under his sons, and disbanded them under his own orders.
Also, we're also no longer going to get Taichi and Miho Abe.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Sad day for us all.
Yeah. All right, T-Dub, let's get us back on a positive note here.
All right, for my best faction, it's one that's been consistently my favorite faction for most years, and it's the Elite.
Slick Rick, thank you for the Tier 1 sub, 40 months. Best faction, BCC for Rain. They're allies of Eddie, Ruby, and Ortiz.
Yep. Of course, with the Elite, you got Ken Omega, the Bucks, Don Callis, MT Nakazawa, and Brendan Cutler.
Best D&D cameraman there is.
Yep. He's also a great associate stooge.
Very true. Very true.
Kudos to him for beating up Alex Abrahantes on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, Blackpool Combat Club, fuck yes, and Bloodline. It's a weekly highlight to watch those videos on YouTube and catching up on what Sami Zayn is trying to do to break everyone. Sincerely. Let's see. Tag Team of the Year.
This is an easy one for me. There have been some great tag teams this year, but there's just one that just been resetting the standard for what tag team greatness is. Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, FTR. All the title, but they were dripping with gold for most of the year. Every tag team match they were in, every singles match they were in were nothing but bangers. And yeah, just what more needs to be said? They are one of the definitive tag teams of this generation and deserve to be so. Top guys, out.
Hall of Famers. T-Dub.
Yep, got FTR as well on my list.
Sweep for FTR, and I'm adding the Acclaimed on that as well. Over like Rover as a tag team, and when you're making Daddy Ass look good, that's a good thing. But yeah, FTR, just the body of work in their 2022. The Acclaimed are a solid second place, but far and away the top team in the world in 2022 was FTR. This was not if, this was when. Let's see. We got 3 left. We got Gimmick of the Year.
Gimmick of the Year. Easily the Acclaimed. Like, nobody has been that much over with that sort of gimmick before. The Acclaimed just...
scissor me, daddy.
It was a one-off line. It was a one-off line that Aunt Bowen said when he was recovering. He wasn't supposed to say it again, but it was so damn over with the crowd that they turned it into a thing, and
they turned it into a series of T-shirts. Not just a T-shirt, a series of T-shirts.
And now everybody is scissoring. Fathers are scissoring their sons. Mothers are scissoring their daughters.
Crazy.
Aunties are scissoring everybody else. You can scissor your stranger. You scissor a stranger on the street. Scissor your third grade English teacher if you want to. Hell, you could go up and scissor the president if you can. Everybody just scissor.
Next time you're at church, be sure to scissor your pastor.
Yeah.
Or if you go to if you're a Catholic, scissor a nun.
I ain't topping that. Go.
For me, Gimmick of the Year goes to the person whose gimmick is so over, he barely needs to wrestle, and that is Danhausen.
Yep.
When all you have to do is show up and just stare at a camera for 5 seconds and just earn loads of money on merch and, of course, the contract, that's how you know you've made it.
Absolutely. Barely take a bump. Say, very nice for evil. Now where's my best stack of human dollars? No better than that. 2-way tie. He did Danhausen for all the obvious reasons. And the House of Black.
House of Black.
House of Black.
House of
Joke
Black.
about it, but it's spoopy and all that stuff. And where's Miro to hunt those pagans? Seriously.
Also, Julia Hart, goddamn, she looks amazing in that fucking hat.
She we didn't think it would fit, but Jesus Christ, is it ever fitting?
She adds so much to the House of Black.
She is working so well. 2 more to go. We got the Women's Female Wrestler of the Year. Yeah.
Just, what is Jamie Hayter? Jamie Hayter is unlikely. No, she is impossible. Just, Jamie Hayter is just. I've been gushing about her and her cake all year, and what more needs to be said? She's excellent in the ring. The crowd loves her. She had one of the best women's matches this year with Sheeta, absolute barn burner of a main event. And we're just waiting for that for that breakup between her and Britt, and that feud is going to be excellent. And I'm just so much cake.
T-Dub, why am I not surprised?
Well, my female wrestler of the year goes to someone who's been the secret MVP of the AEW women's division, having banger after banger every time she's put in the spotlight, and that's Hikaru Shida.
Criminally underused in context, actually.
Japanese cake. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just, come on, Shin.
Fuck off, Shin. She's mine.
No, it's just more of, goddamn it, Shin. Be serious. Can you be serious for a minute?
Can't you appreciate good cake? Kenny Omega appreciates that cake. Why don't you?
Well, Kenny Omega is too busy admiring Kota Ibushi.
He can admire any kind of cake he wants.
By the way, Kenny, shout out for that T-shirt you wore on Wednesday. Because I know you wore a Kota Ibushi T-shirt.
Ah, okay.
It's very obvious because, it was literally Kota Ibushi doing a Kamigoye.
Kenny and
Hey,
Kota.
Slick. First off, I want a Sheeta run. You already had one, and she's the Regina D-Wave champion, so she is having a run. Also, as a cosplayer here, I call first dib on that Sheeta cake. You'll fuck off. She's mine. She's mine. She's my waifu.
By the way, up until next year, Sheeta will have the longest world title run in AEW history, or just longest title run in general. However, in the next year, Jade Cargill will surpass that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kenny and Kota, they're only the third best romance in AEW.
Who's number 2?
Regal and Excalibur.
What's
I thought they'd be number 1.
No, that makes sense. What is number 1 then?
Wardlow and Jake.
Of course. You ever wonder how the makeup sex is going to work out, though?
I don't think it will because Wardlow lost a championship match again.
Yeah.
It's okay, Wardlow. I still love you. You do? Yeah. Let's go make up. Can I wear the hat? You can wear all the hats, baby.
By the way, AEW is now selling Jake Hager, I like this hat bucket hats.
Purple bucket hats. All they did was embroidered, I like this hat.
I need to cop that.
Yeah.
It only took 12 years. It only took 12 years, but Jake Hager finally found a gimmick that works for him.
Yeah. And a hat that will sell.
Yeah. He's finally got some merch that will actually sell.
Like I said, it only took 12 years.
Yeah. For me, female wrestler of the year, Bianca Belair has to get the nod. Like whatever I would watch from her, never disappointed for me. So I have to give that to her. And finally, male wrestler of the year.
Just like with the match of the year, name a person because there have been excellent guys. Honorable mentions: Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, especially for that Last Man Standing match. Roman Reigns, AJ Styles. Get well, AJ. I hope it's not
get well
too
better,
serious.
bud. Broke his ankle, the poor bastard.
Yeah, Finn Balor, Speedball Mike Bailey, The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuta. The list goes on and on.
Dax Harwood should be put in there too. He had a secretly awesome year as a singles guy.
Wait for it.
Oh,
but for me, there are only 2 wrestlers of this year. One, Moxley.
Of course.
Dude stepped up. Came back from rehab, put on nothing but bangers. You will be hard-pressed to find a bad Jon Moxley match. Hell, you'll be even hard-pressed to find a decent Jon Moxley match. He put his foot in every match he was in. Tag matches, multi-man matches, Anarchy in the Arena, Blood and Guts, Last Man Standing. It doesn't matter. He always puts his best foot forward and puts it in there. He is truly the ace of AEW. And my second, Matty already spoiled it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Dax Harwood, he just does not miss. He's great with his tag team partner, but solo this year, he deserves to be considered in the top 10 of wrestling greatness in the entire world. He deserves to be in the same echelon as Orange Cassidy, Adam Cole, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Okada, Naito, Jay White, The Walking Weapon. All those names, he deserves to be up there. I dare you to find someone who has had a better year as a singles guy than Dax the Axe.
Sorry for spoiling it there. I didn't know it was going to be on your list.
It's okay.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I did not know.
Spoilers.
Yeah. All right, you piped up. Your turn, bud.
For me, it's an obvious one, but sometimes the obvious pick is the correct one, and that is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. This is his year, or at least last year was his year, and maybe 2023 will be as well, as he is the world champion, and he could very well hold the belt up until the bidding war of 2024.
They could legit do that. They could. And we'd be invested because he's that good. Mox, for obvious reasons, came back, rehabbed, and just had a banger of a year. Dax Harwood is an honorable mention because he's a tag team guy, and putting him in a singles thing would just be insulting to him, I think. But fucker had a fucking year, man. I cannot deny that. But the top three are Jon Moxley, Seth freaking Rollins, who, if you watch his 2022, there's some clunkers in there, but when they hit out of the park. See his feud with Cody Rhodes as a supreme example there. No, we did feud of the year, did we? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we did. Okay. But Seth Rollins had a feud of the year contender with Cody Rhodes. And the third one needs to go to Josh Alexander. I don't think people are going to give him enough credit for the year he had with Impact Wrestling, and it should be noted for that. He has had an excellent year with Impact Wrestling, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 season is. I'm sorry, the TikTok name there. No, that's it, folks. That's the show. That's our two lists. We're done, boys. All we got left to do is plug our stuff. Shin.
For the last time this year, you can watch Shintigercurl on YouTube at Maxicorn. Still working out the bugs, especially I got to do a little editing thanks to these new policies that the YouTube has put in place. But I'm still going to try to do my Marvel Champions playthroughs. I'm also doing a little series, a small series about my storage solutions for various board games. And the one I posted last week was for the new game I got, Mansions of Madness. It's just a plain old tackle box, and it works surprisingly well. And if you have any, if you want me to show my other storage solutions for the many board games that I have, just leave it in the comment section of the video below or on the community section of my YouTube channel. You want to help the channel, help me out? PayPal.com/Shintigercurl or $Shintigercurl. It's all good. And thank you.
T-Dub?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel for video game reviews.
Of course, you want to see his videos just a little early, patreon.com/GWK reviews. Even about get you in on seeing that a little early.
Let me just list off some of the ones I've done recently. Yeah. Glaymon's Great Adventure, Costume Quest 1 and 2, Mario Kart 64, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and coming up in just a couple of days, Portal 2.
Oh, and he's doing, and anybody's stream will be doing Blue Shell Mania, brother, tomorrow, playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I might join in tomorrow night. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you'd be doing Toku riffs.
No, we're off. This is technically an off week for us.
All right.
Toku riffs. If we were doing it, we'd be doing over Christmas, and none of the three of us wanted to do that. So, be a short audience there. And for the few shows we have left, let's be honest, we want as many people to join us as possible. So I'm free. I'm free up tomorrow. Just name the time and place.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So as I began mentioning, patreon.com/GWK reviews, even $1 gets you in on some of the early stuff. I have my tip jar, paypal.me/MattyJ316. Of course, donations are optional, but very much appreciated. You can follow us on Twitter at MattyJ316, at TWKOfficial, and at Shintigercurl on Twitter. And if you have any questions, or if you want to send in your list, a quick version of your list, the Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com is where you do it. We're back on that tip next week. We're the break's over. Next week, Wrestle Kingdom review, and you damn well, I don't care if it's going to be live or not, we're still doing it. Looking very much forward to it. 6 p.m. U.S. I might join in a little bit later. I don't know. Supper is usually around that time for us in Eastern Standard Time. But I will join in whenever I'm available. That will be around that time for sure. That being said, speaking of Enigma's Blue Shell Mania, brother, we have a Discord. You can join us for that and all that stuff. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a 350 in the hour scale here. And if it went the way it should have went without the technical difficulties, it probably would have been a 4-hour show, so I'll shut up now. That's going to do it for it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year! Please be safe. Please be healthy. Enjoy the chaos, because at this point, it's going to be even more chaotic than officially last year. On behalf of everybody, including Shintigercurl.
Happy New Year, because it's dim sum time.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, TWK.
Yep.
TWK Cassidy, apparently. My name's Matty J, reminding you to tell professional wrestling supports independent promotion as soon as possible. Again, Happy New Year. Have a safe one. Sincerely have a safe one, and definitely have a good one. All the health and happiness and success and all that good stuff. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We will see you in 7 days. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
You a big motherfucker.